Alright, let's see if this works. A ver si esto funciona. Oh, the infinite thing. La cosa infinita. Alright, let's see if this works. Alright, let's see if this works. Okay, yeah, clearly does on YouTube, digo, claramente sí en YouTube, sí funciona en YouTube. Alright, let's try Twitch, a ver qué dice Twitch. Alright, let's try Twitch, a ver qué dice Twitch. Alright, Twitch, yes, Twitch sí. Kick. Twitch, yes. Kick, yes, también. Sí, yes. Yes, also, sí, también. Yes, también. Ah, the infinite loops! Just gonna advertise where I'm streaming. Voy a promocionar en donde estoy en vivo. This will make sense at some point. Esto sí va a tener algo de sentido en algún punto. Hello, Superstar20 on TikTok. Hola, Superstar20 en TikTok. I'm going to have to check those at some point. Voy a tener que revisar esos en algún punto. So I decided to go outside and get some sun. I would say touch grass, but I didn't do that in the literal sense. Que sí fui afuera a agarrar algo de sol. Pero aunque claro, no, literalmente no fui a tocar zacate o pasto, hierba o césped, como digan. Hello, Breathe Easy on TikTok. Hola, Breathe EZ en TikTok. Hola, Marcelo Almeida 0909. Hello, Marcelo Almeida 0909. And TikTok, on TikTok. And speaking of TikTok, hablando de TikTok, that is the last one I need to advertise. Ese es el último que tengo que promocionar. Don't mind them, no se preocupen de eso. Oops. Disculpa. I'm just trying to promote the social medias that you can be watching live from now. Solo estoy promocionando las redes sociales en donde puedes mirarme en vivo ahora. O sea, ahorita mismo. And I think I'm going to put this here now. Ahora voy a poner esto aquí. Okay, wait until it calms down. Esperar hasta que se calme. Alright. Here we go. Aquí tengo. Oh no, not that one. Ese no, not that one. This one, este mero. Boom. Así mero es. The amazing digital dating simulator. Okay. So apparently Bubsy 4D came out today. Que según Bubsy 4D salió hoy. You know, the franchise with very infamously bad games back in the 90s. Ya saben, el juego, bueno, la franquicia famosa con juegos muy malísimos en los 90s. And then supposedly forgettable game in the 2017, what was it? Y luego supuestamente un juego medio olvidado en el 2017, creo. But no, apparently I've been hearing that this Bubsy game, Bubsy 4D that came out literally today, is actually a great game. That's what I've been hearing. Que literalmente he escuchado que el juego de Bubsy 4D, o sea, el juego que acaba de salir hoy, que según es un juego buenísimo. Bueno, es lo que he escuchado. At least that's what I heard. I would want to give further instructions, but I do not want to get in trouble with TikTok specifically right now. Y sí daría instrucciones específicas, pero ahorita no me quiero meter en broncas, en problemas con TikTok en este momento. Ya me ha puesto en problemas irrazonables, digo, quién sabe cuántas veces hasta en el stream pasado, hasta en el en vivo pasado. I've already gotten in trouble with TikTok more than enough times, even in the previous stream, for no good reason. It's that I was promoting something when I clearly was not, like promoting for money or whatever. Que según TikTok yo estaba promocionando por dinero, para dinero, aunque claramente no lo estaba haciendo. And even if I did, quote unquote, mention it, it was most likely because of the lines in the game that I'm playing now. Y si pues lo había mencionado, pues quizás habrá sido por el juego cuando lo menciona, si acaso, like if anything. I mean, not that I can think of a particular line, yo no que pueda pensar en una línea específica. But anyway, bueno, ya de todos modos. Hello, Wayne on TikTok. Hola, Wayne en TikTok. Let's review this, a repasar esto. This is what we're gonna risk today. Este es el que quien vamos a traer hoy. Pomni, we will save you for next week. Pomni, te vamos a guardar para la próxima semana. And then Ragatha, best for last. Y Ragatha, la mejor para el último. This is who we got last week. Este es quien nos tocó la semana pasada. And this is who we got 2 weeks ago. Though this specific picture we had to get in last week. Aunque esta foto específica teníamos que agarrar en esta semana pasada. Turns out that in whichever run you do, cualquier run que hagas, you have to get either this one, or you can only get this one or this one. Que solo puedes agarrar esta o esta. But not both in the same run, pero no ambos en el mismo run. Wait, I'm not gonna say it's stupid, but it is unfortunate. Digo, no voy a decir que es estúpido, pero sí es algo bien desafortunado. Anyways, let's try to riz the purple bully bunny rabbit. Ahora a traer al conejo malo morado. Hello, Super Fudge on TikTok. Hola, Super Fudge en TikTok. Alright, let's start. Ahora comenzar. Okay. Welcome to the amazing digital dating simulator. A slice of life-styled school setting where anything and everything is possible. Yeah, no, this is the third time I'm saying this. Ya sé que esta es la tercera vez que estoy diciendo esto. But I want to try to be as immersive as I can, I suppose. Pero quiero tratar de ser más involucrado con esto de lo más que pueda. I'm Kane, and I'll be your principal for the duration of your stay here at the amazing Digital Academy. Help your classmates pull pranks on the teacher, become a straight-A student, or a rule-breaking delinquent. All this while possibly finding love along the way. But enough about my wonderful creation. Let's get you enrolled. First things first, what uniform will you be donning? I could either be, well, I'm not gonna say transgender, but rather a crossdresser. Digo, puedo ser, bueno, no voy a decir transgénero o transgénera, pero sí un crossdresser, o sea, quien se viste del sexo opuesto. Or I could be gay. O puedo ser joto o gay. But, you know what the hell. You know, bueno, I'll be gay. Voy a ser joto o gay. Sounds good. How about your name? What should we call you? The same thing I've been called for the past 2 streams. La misma cosa que me he llamado en estos últimos 2 streams. Minor Mole, huh? Are you sure you like that name? Alrighty then, Minor Mole. Or fine, I'll say the... Okay, it's not Stanley Ipkiss from The Mask. No es Stanley Ipkiss de The Mask. And it's also not Harry Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber. Y tampoco es Harry ni Lloyd de Dumb and Dumber. And it's also not Dr. Eggman from the Sonic movie. Tampoco es Dr. Eggman de las películas de Sonic. It's Jim Carrey. Es Jim Carrey. I'm gonna try to say this the Jim Carrey way. Voy a tratar de decir esto de la manera de Jim Carrey. Alright then. Or something like that. Algo así. I don't know, every time I see the alrighty then, I always have to do that Jim Carrey thing. Why do I always keep thinking Stanley Ipkiss? It's not Stanley Ipkiss. No es Stanley Ipkiss. It's Jim Carrey. Sorry. I just need to force Jim Carrey in my mind and not Stanley Ipkiss. It's Jim Carrey. Okay. And let's head inside. Hi, my name is Minor Mole. I'm a transfer student to the Amazing Digital Academy. Also, I'm going to put the camera here. Y bueno, también voy a poner la cámara aquí. Alright. My parents moved to the countryside after a vague, tragic event that changed the course of our lives. Excuse me. After I said goodbye to all my old friends, my parents got my transcripts and packed up the car. Today's my first day at this new school. Okay, before I move on, antes de que continúe. So, how is it that I'm 20 whatever years old in this game and I somehow still go to school? Like, not a university or a college, but a literal school for minors. Or I guess in the case of a US school, for anyone no older than the age of 21. ¿Cómo es que, a pesar de que esté en mis 20s, bueno, en este juego, todavía voy a una escuela preparatoria? O sea, no una universidad o colegio. Bueno, si es que no estamos hablando de cómo se dice escuela en México. Pero o sea, un colegio universitario. Pero si no, en vez vamos a una escuela preparatoria. O como le dicen en México también, colegio. Y es que, bueno, según las reglas estadounidenses, es que pues ya cuando uno pase de los 21 años ya no puede entrar a una escuela pública o privada, o sea, una que no es universitaria. Sino, pues para agarrar esa educación se necesita que entrar a otro tipo de institución, otro tipo de escuela. Ok, but anyway, with that, Ardo, ya con haber dicho eso, I glanced down at my class schedule. This should be English 101 with Mr. Kinger. So where is the teacher? As I step into the room to let any other students that might be late to class, someone else hops into the room. The figure looks like a tall white piece from a gaming set. Specifically, he looks like a king in chess. It takes me a moment to put 2 and 2 together, but when I do, I almost groan at the pun. Surely his name can't really be. Hello, my name is Kinger. You must be pleased to meet me. Mr. Kinger extends a gloved hand, which I shake more out of instinct than out of genuine sense of excitement. Good morning, students. On the docket today, we have a new student named... what was your name again? You know what? If I'm gonna try to track Jax, I guess, y voy a tratar de atraer a Jax, digo, I'll go with the third option. Voy a ir con la tercera opción. Rightio! Go on and take any open seat, Minor Mole. Most of our students don't bite. One of the other students, a purple rabbit, seems to grin at this. I take a moment to think of who to sit by. You know what? just because the purple rabbit didn't want it, solo porque no lo quería el conejo morado, I will sit next to him despite him. Voy a sentarme al lado de él para que se enoje más. Where is he? ¿Dónde está? There you go. I sit down with the mischievous looking purple rabbit. Me siento con el conejo morado travieso. I sit down next to the purple rabbit. He looks bored by Mr. Kinger's lecture. As I take a closer look, I see his name is written on a nameplate on his desk. Apparently his name is Jax. As I get a closer look at Jax, I also see he's working his jaw. Is he chewing gum? He catches me looking at him, and I almost apologize for staring, but I can see he isn't offended. Instead, he grins quietly before putting a finger up to his lips. He takes the chewed gum between his gloved fingers, reaching out towards the girl in front of us. Of course, Gangle! Por supuesto que Gangle. The girl in front of us has a ribbon for a body and comedy mask for a face. I'm sorry for doing this to you, Gangle, especially since we erased you last stream. But sorry, I need to erase Jax today. Y disculpa, Gangle, si te estamos causando travesuras esta vez, a pesar de que te atraímos en el stream pasado, pero tengo que atraer a Jax esta vez. I'm gonna do it the gay way. Voy a hacerlo de la manera joto, bueno, gay. She's paying, not playing. She's paying close attention to Mr. Kinger's lecture, and Jax is reaching out with the gum on his hand. Is he going to stick it on her mask? Just see what happens. A ver qué pasa. Jax reaches forward with a practiced stealth, sticking the wad of already been chewed gum to the ribbon girl's mask. The ribbon girl lets out a quiet shriek of discomfort, flailing her arms and as she desperately pulls away from Jax. Jax! What is that? What did you do? Ew! Her whining and desperate flailing is a little funny, even as she feels around blindly behind her mask. Her movements attract the attention of Mr. Kinger. Where's going on? Okay, I actually have a question. Okay, sí tengo una pregunta. Did they write where's going on purpose? ¿Escribieron en dónde está sucediendo a propósito? Or did they mean to write what's going on? ¿O querían escribir qué está sucediendo, qué está pasando? He seems aware something is going on, but he doesn't seem to know what. How is this guy teaching us? Jax is just picking on Gangle again. The mismatched figure pipes up from next to Gangle, who is evidently the ribbon girl that Jax just stuck his gum to. Here, Gangle, let's go to the bathroom so we can wash it off. Oh yes, carry on then, Zooble. Nothing phases this teacher. Wow. Zooble glares daggers into the rabbit as they leave. Okay, so she's not looking at me, but rather at Jax. O sea, no me está mirando a mí, sino a Jax. Despite what this angle says, a pesar de lo que dice este ángulo. What? What's funny, right? Back me up here. Jax turns to face me. Like, yeah. It's like, should I be the immature middle or high schooler here? Or should I keep it to myself or be something against him? ¿Quieres que diga algo que sea más... algo que dice un estudiante de la secundaria o prepa inmadura? O digo, un estudiante inmaduro de la prepa o la secundaria? Algo que tal vez me lo quedo a mí mismo. O algo como... serio. You know what? Just to be on his good side, solo para quedar en su lado bueno. Jack smirks as I take his side. It was a pretty good prank. Heh, you're not so bad, new kid. Maybe you can teach those losers how to grow a sense of humor. I smirk back. Maybe things at the school won't be so bad. Oh my gosh. I was just settling into my desk and getting used to this place when something bursts when something burst into the room. Not to be confused with the horrible movie, The Room. No para confundirlo con la película mala con el mismo título de The Room, o sea, El Cuarto. Principal Kane, How exciting to have you in our class today. The new figure turned to address us. At his side was a bubble with razor-sharp teeth. I don't think I'll ever get used to this school. Kinger, class, how do you do? Principal Kane extends a hand gesturing to all of us before freezing in place. With a sound like porcelain grinding against porcelain, his teeth slam shut. His eyes slowly extrude from his teeth like they're not solid objects. Minor Mole! I wasn't expecting you here. Manic enthusiasm suffuses his voice as he points his cane at me. Maybe you'll be the secret ingredient to make this school interesting. He pauses a moment, rubbing the base of his chin in contemplation for a moment. Okay. I'm sorry, I need to ban someone on Kick. Tengo que banear a alguien de Kick también. Ay, ay, ay. It's been a while since I actually had to do this. Especially on Kick. Ha pasado algo de tiempo desde que he tenido que banear a alguien. Especialmente en Kick. And they can't even write correctly. Hasta ni pueden escribir bien. Okay, anyway, bueno. Is there any reason you're here, Kane? Zebul speaks to him like they're addressing an annoying insect instead of the principal of the school. Kane perks up. That's right! The reason I'm here, to make sure we all have an enriching academy experience. One filled with fun, danger, adventure! He begins to list more and more descriptors, increasing his breakneck to speed until I can't even tell what he's saying. And most of all, interesting to our studio audience. He turns towards the window and stares out of it for a moment. Is he addressing somebody? There doesn't appear to be anyone outside. However, the numbers are in. Students, and it turns out school dramas are just white noise. Normally, this is the time I tell you that it means the end of school life as we know it. Kane bites on his hands in mock horror. The class and Kinger play along, gasping at this revelation. Yango looks ready to burst into tears. However, my sweet-toothed students, your benevolent principal has found a way to bring public interest back to the school in a major way. At this point, the sharp-toothed bubble next to him pipes up. How are you bringing interest back to the school, Mr. President? Kane shoots the bubble at a confused look, but hits his stride a moment later. You see, my little Tomar emeralds, what's one thing no academy around here has ever had? A cast of colorful characters, a competent principal, adequate funding? Kane shakes his head. Wrong, and surprisingly right, but also not relevant to what I'm talking about. No school around here has had a culture festival celebrating the unique talents of its students. So I, being your benevolent principal, have decided to put you and your class in charge of throwing the best culture festival this side of the Pacific Ocean. Make it flashy. We gotta keep the interest of our investors after all. Egads! I'm almost late for my deep tissue massage. Alright, Kinger. I'll leave you the list of everyone's responsibilities. You all have 5 days. Break a leg or two. As abruptly as he appeared, Kane darts out of the room, disappearing from view as he heads to his appointment. Alright, class. Let's see what roles Kane assigned to each of you for the Culture Festival. Kinger lifts a paper from his desk and begins to read aloud. Ragatha, as a class representative, I trust you to organize the other students and make sure the festival proceeds with no issue. You can count on me! Zubul and Gangle, you two will work on art to promote the festival.
We have a pretty big school here, so we'll need plenty of posters and some art to display during the festival. I don't know. I still don't have anything I'm comfortable showing everyone else. Pomni and Jax, look up what a culture festival is. Shouldn't we do that before we start making posters? No, I like his idea. Plus, we get to see what Gangle comes up with for her posters. If it's anything like what she comes up with when she draws Ragatha. Jax! Gangle interrupts Jax before he can finish his thought, pleading with him to stay quiet. The class erupts into chaos as Zubul and Gangle argue with Jax. Pomni tries to find out what a culture festival is, and Ragatha tries to salvage what remains of class and get her classmates to pay attention. For his part, Mr. Kinger seems content to let the students bicker amongst themselves. Maybe he didn't have the rest of his lesson planned and is just waiting out the lunch bell. Also, what is wrong with you, TikTok? ¿Qué te pasa, TikTok? I didn't ask for any gifts at all! Ni pedí ningún regalo! I don't know what words trigger you. Yo no sé qué palabras te activan. Nowhere in this, as far as I can recall, did I ever mention the word gift until you put gifting suspended up here. Y en ninguna parte he mencionado algo de regalos hasta que aquí pusiste gifting suspended, o sea, regalos suspendidos. So you need to fix your AI, TikTok. Tienes que arreglar tu IA, TikTok. Like, even more so than Kinger needs to fix Kane. Digo, hasta aún más que Kinger tiene que arreglar a Kane. Like, that's how bad the TikTok AI is being. Que eso está, así de tan mal va la IA de TikTok. Anyways, bueno. As if I had summoned it by thinking of it, the lunch bell sounds. Everyone drops their arguments and flies out of the classroom. Time to find out what I'm doing for lunch. After my chaotic first half of the day, I had worked up quite the appetite. The cafeteria was bustling with unfamiliar faces. Around me there was a selection of places to buy lunch, but none of them stood out from one another. I picked up something to eat at the nearest food place and set about deciding where to sit down. Still, as I scan the bustling lunchroom, I don't recognize anyone from class. I could check the library. Maybe Pomni or Jax is there trying to find out what a culture festival is. I walk into the library with my tray in hand. I peer through the rows of dusty, cluttered shelves, and I see Jax and Pomni by the tables in the middle of the library. Even from here, I can tell Jax is up to trouble. He's tapping his foot impatiently and pacing back and forth. What is it? Not packing, but pacing. I can barely make out Pomni craning her neck to peer up into the tall bunny's yellow eyes. As I gingerly maneuver between the shelves, trying to avoid spilling the creamed corn casserole I brought from the cafeteria, I can make out some words. Oh, interesting! ¡Qué curioso! So with Gangle and Zubul, I take a salad. Que con Gangle y Zubul, tomo una ensalada. But with Pomni and Jax, I'm assuming, pero con Pomni y Jax, o sea, yo pienso, I get cream corn. A cream corn casserole. O sea, agarro un plato de crema de elote. Interesting choices. ¿Qué opciones curiosas? What am I gonna get with Ragatha? Some spicy jalapenos? Okay, yeah, I don't think that's actually gonna happen. But there's a reason why I'm saying that. ¿Qué me van a dar cuando vea a Ragatha? ¿Unos jalapeños picosos? O sea, picantes. Deliciosos. O sea, pues no creo que me van a dar eso, pero creo que ya saben por qué digo eso, ¿verdad? I am anxiously awaiting for the time I get to Riz Ragatha. Estoy anticipando mucho el momento que me va a tocar atraer a Ragatha. Going want to, with Kinger asked us to. I can't hear Jax's response, but I don't have to, as she mimics Pomni's mannerisms, tilting his head from side to side. As I get closer, I can hear her trying to reason with a stubborn rabbit. We should at least try to do what he said. I don't want to be the only one who didn't do anything to help. Against my better judgment, I creep closer, nearly tripping over a step stool. I manage to creep into the earshot. Why? This whole thing is pointless, and no one will even notice if we bail. Trust me. Jax crosses his arms, leaning back and letting out an annoyed sigh. As he leans back, he catches sight of me. Oh. Hey, new kid. He calls out to me. What do you think? You should ditch this dumb culture fair thing, right? Their name is Minor Mole, Jax. Second off, they were in class with the rest of us. I bet they want to stay on Kane's good side as much as the rest of us. I bet they'd rather do something fun, like pulling an epic prank. Pomni gives me a meaningful look. I'm sorry, Pomni, but raising you's gonna have to wait. Disculpa, Pomni, pero atraerte te va a tener que esperar. Jax shoots me a mischievous grin. I feel like I should choose my response carefully here. Pomni's right. We all have a part to play to make the culture fair a success. Or, that sounds fun, Jax. I don't care about the culture fair. Let's go pull a prank. Ha! See, Pomni? The new kid's cool. I'm sorry, Pomni. Disculpa, Pomni. Alright. Well, you two have fun then. She turns back to the shelves while Jax ushers me out of the library. Later, Pom-Pom. Pomni, huh? She can be so needy. Jax smirks, rolling his eyes. Not like you, huh, new kid? I'm not sure how to proceed for a moment, but I have a feeling I know what Jax wants me to say. Yeah, I'm down for anything. I give Jax finger guns, which he scoffs at before grinning at me. You're so cringe. Or, you're so cringe. But since you're so eager to get on my good side, I came up with something fun for us to do. Let's go on a little field trip outside. Are we allowed to do that? Jax rolls his eyes. Jeez, you sound like a broken toy. Is that the only thing you say? I shake my head. I don't want to disappoint Jax. It doesn't matter what we're allowed to do. It matters if we get caught, so keep up, new kid. He finds a door leading to a field, slyly pushing it open before bounding through. I have to sprint to make it through before the door locks. The door leads us out onto a softball field. I didn't even know this school had a softball team. Jax gets on all fours, putting his head almost even with the ground as he crawls around. Is he looking for something? Jax, did you lose something out here? Shut up, I'm looking for something. In the few hours I've known him, I've never seen Jax take anything so seriously. I get down on my hands and knees too, checking each blade of grass for anything remarkable. I'm so focused I forget my surroundings, bumping face first into the seat of Jax's pants. What the heck? ¿Qué carajos? He wheels on me. Don't try to get fresh with me, new kid. I blush as I crawl back a few paces. Sorry. Jax shakes his head. Do you even know what we're looking for? I shake my head. I didn't want to make him angry by asking. Then how do you think you're going to find what we're looking for? I blush again as I realize he has a valid point. So, what are you looking for? A centipede. A centipede? Jax doesn't look amused that he has to repeat himself. A centipede. We spent the rest of lunch searching, but just as the bell rings, I find a centipede crawling near a rock pile. Jax, I found one! I hoist the insect up by its rear end It flails around as it tries to escape my grasp, its dark legs wriggling in discomfort. Jackpot! Nice job, Minor Mole. You used my name. No, I didn't, new kid. I squinted at him. You're imagining things. He puts on an unreadable smirk. Guess I'm not getting him to admit it to anything. But this is one fine specimen. Okay, what are we doing with this? Are you an insect collector? Ew, no. He shakes his head before he drops a centipede into my backpack. Hey, calm down. We're going to put this in Ragatha's locker and then hide out and watch her open it. Why? Because Ragatha hates centipedes. I paused for a moment, not fully understanding why we would do that. So why are we putting one in her locker? Because it's funny, new kid. Try to keep up. I don't know if I agree, but this is the happiest I've seen Jack since we started hanging out. Come on, I have a key to let us back inside. He pulls a ring of keys out of his back pocket. How did he get those? It looks like a set of master keys to every door in the school. Cool. Jax lets us back in. We sneak our way up the main stairwell and are almost at Ragatha's locker when our class rep herself shows up, strolling down the hallway. Minor Mole, what are you doing in the hallway? She tilts her head, offering me a weary smile. I've been looking for you since you didn't show up to afternoon classes. She notices Jax and her expression sours. Jax, you better be leaving Minor Mole alone. Come on, Ragatha. He offers a cartoonishly wide grin. The new kid actually looked for me. We even got lunch together. Ragatha looks utterly confused. Minor Mole, is that true? It feels like I should choose my response carefully. That's right, we had lunch together and we're just trying to get back to class? Or, no, Jax asked me to look for a centipede to put in your locker. Or, she knows, throw the centipede and run. See, dollface? Also, hello, Shani Ureli. Hola, Shani Urele. How are you doing? ¿Cómo estás? Ragatha squints at him, but for some reason she seems to trust me. Fine, but I'm keeping an eye on you, Jax. Ragatha leans over me, whispering in my ear. Minor Mole, if he's messing with you now and you don't feel comfortable talking to me about it, you can find me after class. She's so nice, I almost feel bad about what we're going to do. Almost. Jax and I, sneak out through the hallways before finding a locker labeled with Ragatha's name. Anyway, how are you doing, Shani Ureli? Pictures of horses and farm animals are pasted on the outside. Come on, new kid. Now or never. I gulp. Put the centipede in her locker. Ask Jax to put the centipede in her locker. You know what? Just to get on his good side, solo para meterme en su lado bueno. I gingerly pick up the centipede up by the sides before sending it just below a slit in her locker. The creepy crawly slithers right in. All according to Keikaku. Whatever the heck that means. Nice job, new kid. Now let's hide out and enjoy our handiwork. We hide behind a corner and wait. The bell to dismiss class rings a few moments later. We were cutting it close. Ragatha finds her way to the locker room, entering her combination. And then... Holy shit! ¡A su madre! Look at Ragatha! Miren a Ragatha! And then Jax is right here. Lego Jax aquí. Ragatha's locker springs open. The centipede lands on the front of her uniform, and she looks down horrified. I'm so sorry, Ragatha. I wouldn't want to actually do this to you, but I want to get all runs done. Digo, disculpa, Ragatha, que no quiero hacerte esto, pero quiero hacer los runs, digo, con todos. Jax! What? Why would you put a centipede in my locker? You know how much I hate them. Why does it have to be me? Because only you would do something like this. Jax looks away slightly before taking credit for our prank. You got me, Raggy, but you should have seen the look on your face. Ugh! You're terrible! You're terrible! She storms off. I'm glad Jax took the fall for us as I step out from behind the corner. That wasn't a very nice thing to do. But Jax seems pretty happy with me right now. So that's nice. I walk to my locker, entering the combination as I put my books away and get ready to head out for the day. My mind drifts to the day's events. I wonder if someone will ask me to walk back with them. As I gather my things, a familiar figure swaggers up to me. Hey, new kid. You're still hanging around? Yep, just getting ready to head out. What do you say? How about I walk with you after school today? Surprised that Jack's asking to walk me home, I run out of words and just nod. Cool, let's go. The front door is open for us, and I stand outside waiting at the curb. My parents dropped me off this morning, and I'm sure they'll be here any moment to pick me up. Jack stands next to me for a few moments. He gives me a confused look. What are you waiting for, kid? My parents. Are you waiting to get picked up too? I'm 22 years old. I haven't been picked up by my parents for like 6 years. So since the age of 16, desde la edad de 16? I'm going not to the dorms. What? What? The dorms. He looks at me like I'm an idiot. The on-campus housing Kane designed for our class, where we stay when classes end. Oh, that sounds nice. I wish I was staying on campus. His annoyed expression changes. Oh, you poor little lamb. His voice drips with sarcasm. Kane really didn't tell you anything, did he? Look, Minor Mole, I'd love to watch you stand out here until the sun goes down and you start shivering in your little school uniform. Jack smirks. Honestly, just imagining it is pretty funny. The smile drops from his face. Your parents aren't coming for you. He says to me in a deadpan before continuing. Come on, we need to get out. We need to get to the dorms before it gets too cold out. Kane only gave us summer uniforms. A chill travels through the air and I shiver in place. Jack shivers too. I'm losing my patience. He glares at me. Jax, I'm telling you, I don't have any housing on campus. My parents are picking me up. Jax just sighs. You just don't know when to give up. He glowers before walking away from me. Suit yourself, new kid. He walks off to the dorms. I'll show him. My parents will be here soon. An hour passes, the sun begins to sink before the horizon. Another hour passes, the moon is visible and the sky is darkening. It's getting really cold out here. Like, really cold. I looked the way Jax walked when he left me standing here. A nice warm room sounds really good right now. Where are they? I stick it out for another half hour before sighing frustrated. Did they forget about me? I walk towards the dorms, seeking shelter in the plain building. As I do, I run into Jax. Why was he heading out? Finally, come to your senses, new kid? He asks, sounding tired. No, I just stepped inside because my parents forgot to pick me up. I bet they'll be here any moment. Jack's eyes narrow in annoyance as he drags a yellow gloved hand across his face in exasperation. Listen, new kid, get it through your head. There is no outside world. There's the school. He points to the large brick building across where we are. The dorms. He points to the building where we're standing in. Or he points to the building we are standing in. And that's it. He mutters something under his breath. Okay then. But if these are the only two places, why are we going outside? That is... His face flushes as he turns away from me. I just wanted some fresh air. It's pretty cold outside though. Okay, well if everyone stays here, then I should have a room here. Show me my room if I'm supposed to stay here. I grin, comfortable in my undefeatable logic. Excuse me. Disculpa. Huh. Yeah, you're probably right. Let's go find your room so I can stop babysitting you. What? Jax grabs my hand as he hauls me through the hallways, but I'm not complaining. Just another way for us to hang out together. As we walk through the hallways, 1,000 questions rush through my head. We pass a traditional Japanese-style door. Gangle. We pass a door that's half blue and half red. Pomni. We pass a dark door with a black and yellow caution tape crisscrossing it. Me. We pass a door that looks like it belongs with a ranch-style home. Or like it belongs in a ranch-style home. Ragatha. We pass a sleek door with bright geometric shapes all over it. Zubul. We come to the end of the hallway, finding a plain wood door with a brass nameplate listing my name. And this must be you. I stand there in stunned disappointment. Are you going in, or... He looks sort of annoyed I haven't opened the room yet. I twist the handle and open my bland door into an equally bland room. A gray mattress sits atop a wooden bed frame with plain white pillows. A dark green comforter with a school emblem on it has been neatly folded. In the back right corner, a beaten up metal desk sits with a computer that looks almost as old as the desk. A neat stack of papers and a set of black pens and pencils also have been provided. Wow, pretty boring. I try to look around the room for anything to dispute these words, but come up pretty empty. He walks to the center of the room and looks around at the plain interior. Nothing beating the NPC allegations with this one. Huh? NPC? You think Kane would have just put a movie poster or something up? Or you think Kane would have put a movie poster or something up? Guess he thinks you're boring, huh, minor mole? No, I'm sure my parents just... Jack stopped listening by this point and is striding out of my room. What a waste of time. But wait, Jax! Aren't you going to say good... Jax! Jax slams the door in the middle of my sentence. Night? I give up on any expectations I have for Jax being polite. Even if he skipped out on saying goodbye for the day, I feel like I may be making a connection with Jax. Now, me personally, I'm not sure if I would agree with that. Ahora, yo personalmente no sé si estaría de acuerdo con eso. Maybe. I lay down on my bed, defeated by the day. It doesn't take long for me to drift to sleep. It doesn't feel like I was sleeping long when the lights in my room flash on, as if overridden by some remote console. The room to my dorm flies open as confetti sprays from the fire sprinkler. Doesn't that violate some sort of building safety code? Hello, my darling toy box characters! Principal Cain announces from what sounds like the hallway. As well, time to investigate. Cain, what the fuck are you trying to pull this late at night? Haha, Zubul! His laugh is fast, forced, and manic, as if he's used to this treatment but none too pleased by it. You're lucky I even let you get sleep. This he blurts out in a harsh monotone before recovering his cheery demeanor. I'm here because, even with the culture fair pulling in new viewers, we're still not hitting the numbers that the Academy needs us to. Which is why I've secured us a sponsorship. And no, don't you dare get me in trouble, TikTok. Y no te atrevas a ponerme en problemas, TikTok. He stretches out the last word using some sort of effect to apply an ethereal reverb to his words. Without further ado, I introduce you all to... A drum roll from somewhere in the background. Ragatha looks a little more awake, but the rest of us are still trying to shake off sleep and to understand what exactly Principal Cain is talking about. The Wacky Watch! You see, the vendors for the Wacky Watch have been having trouble finding a good audience for their product. But now we have the perfect setting, teen drama! But we're adults! I'm actually... Now, Gangle. I know this is a lot to take in, which is why I've already taken the liberty of affixing a Wacky Watch to each of your wrists. Each of us glance down. To my shock, the watch is already on my wrist. How did it get there? What in the... And don't try removing them either. They've been affixed to your wrist with a very special adhesive. And if you do try to remove them, let's just say they'll be taking a little piece of you with them. I can hear Gangle beginning to whine as panic sets in. Pomni tugs at her Wacky Watch, but no matter how hard she tugs, the wrist watch stays affixed, her gloves stretching like a rubber band as she pulls at the watch. Ragatha just looks down with a resigned sigh. Cain, I can't remove the arm with the Wacky Watch. What the fuck? Principal Cain ignores our complaints as he continues his monologue. You see, my turtle doves, in order to secure the funding, we need to make it to day 5 and the culture fair. I need you wearing the Wacky Watches at all times. Luckily, I secured a deal where I won't need all of you to do ad reads, but it is of paramount importance that none of you insult or try to disable your Wacky Watches. Good luck with school life. Can't wait to see what you do with the culture fair. Bye! He stretches out the last syllable as his body folds it in on itself an infinite number of times, disappearing from sight. Well, I know this isn't ideal, but at least we can talk. We can all talk to each other now. Should make communication about the culture fair easier? With the sound of breaking glass, Gangle's comedy mask shatters and falls from her face, tears up well in her eyes. I don't want a Wacky Watch! Seeing the situation unfolding before her, Pomni pipes up. Well, I think it could be useful, and look, Gangle, there's even a picture chat function where you can send people things you draw. Pomni goes over to Gangle, lifting her wrist and pointing out the picture chat feature. That's kind of nice. Gangle sniffles. Yeah, that's the right spirit. Now let's all get some sleep before we start classes again tomorrow. Everyone's door closes. I hear a muffled shout from Jax's door. What the heck? Why is there a watch stuck to my arm? I decided to hide in my room before Jax looks for someone to take out his frustration on. I flick my dorm light off as I close my door. I check my watch, or I check my wacky watch. I got a text from Jax. He has sent his avatar to a picture of himself flipping off the camera. What the heck is up with this stupid watch? Why can't I take it off? I did not consent to this. I laugh. That sounds like Jax. That sounds like the Jax I know. You didn't miss much. Apparently, Principal Kane took a sponsorship from a wacky watch to keep the school open or something. And now they're physically stuck on us. They really are. This sucks. Yeah, but at least we can text each other whenever, right? I guess. The Jax profile picture, though. La foto de perfil de Jax, digo. I hope you sleep well tonight, even though Kane stuck these wacky watches on us. I wait several minutes for a response, but nothing. I begin to pull the sheets over my head when the wacky watch buzzes with another text from Jax. Whatever. Nighty-night, new kid. Don't let the centipedes bite. Don't tell me you put a centipede in my room. No me digas que puso uno de esos animales en mi cuarto. As I get to sleep, I cherish the bond that Jax and I have built today. I can't wait to find out what sort of trouble we can get into tomorrow. Can't believe, just for Jax, I have to be a bad kid. Que no puedo creer que solo por Jax tengo que ser un niño malo. I yawn as I awake in my room. The clock on my wacky watch the clock on my wacky watch says it's morning, but the only way I can tell is from the sliver of sunlight peeking from under the door. I slide my school-issued pajamas off and look in the closet. A series of perfectly pressed school uniforms are there, with a little tag on the sleeve of the nearest one. I take a closer look. Looks like Kane left me a note. Hi, Minor Mole. This is Principal Kane. As part of your stay at our lovely academy, you have been provided a set of uniforms, free of charge. The price of your dorm is also included in your tuition payment. Looks like you and Jax have been spending time together and everyone's talking. That sort of drama-seeking, desperate, mismatched energy is exactly what we need to keep our studio audience engaged. Remember, if Jax pushes you away, it's just because he wants you to try even harder. As I pull my uniform over my wacky watch, I glance down at it. I have a text from Jax. You headed to school yet? I can't get over that profile picture. No puedo quitar mi atención, a esa foto de perfil. I spy Jax as I stumble out of my room, still slipping my foot into my shoe. Jax, wait up! You wanted to walk to school together, right? Jax looks up from his watch, pausing for a moment. What? He notices me. Oh, it's you. He's doing a great job of hiding how excited he must be to walk to school with me. Yep, I'm ready to walk to school with you. Jax looks confused for a moment before slowing down. Don't remember saying I was gonna walk to school with you, but whatever. He waits as I catch up with him. What's on the agenda for today? Huh? Aren't we gonna pull another epic prank today? Jax shrugs. Hadn't thought that far ahead yet. But I'll come up with something. We step out into the crisp early autumn air. What about you, new kid? Got any plans for today? Well, I was thinking about working on the culture fair project that Principal Kane asked us to do. I trail off as Jax shoots me a sharp look, That was the face. That was the wrong thing to say. But that's stupid, so I was just gonna help out with whatever you want to do today. Jax's smirk is back and as wide as ever. Careful, new kid. Keep hanging out with me, and the rest of the class will really hate you. Gulp. How is that for a gulp? ¿Qué tal eso para tragar? Saliva. We get to the school entrance just as the last bell rings. Jax turns to me as I start to follow him up the main stairwell to class. If you're really cool, you'll go to the cafeteria and bring me something for breakfast. I don't want to be late to homeroom. I think to complain about how I'll be late if I get Jack's breakfast. Get me something like an omelet and a bottle of orange juice. Well, at this point, he told me his order. It would be rude not to go. I step into the cafeteria to see a crowd of students at the various breakfast plates. Evidently, none of the other students here care about being late. By the time I get to the front of the line, I'm already 30 minutes late to class. One omelet, please, and an orange juice. The staff member behind the counter tells me the price. But that's all my money for lunch. Sorry, kid. No money, no omelet. I don't want to get this stupid omelet, but I'd just be going to class late and empty-handed if I don't say yes. Okay, give me the omelet. It takes a bit longer for them to make the omelet, but I eventually collect my orange juice and omelet before heading to homeroom. And that's where we get the English phrase raining cats, and Mr. Kinger turns to me. Minor Mole! Nice of you to join us. His enthusiasm seems genuine. Ragatha gives me a concerned look. Did Jax make you bring him that omelet? Oh, real nice, Ragatha. So because the new kid wants to get on my good side, I made him do it. Time to clear things up. Jax, you told me to bring the omelet. I did this on my own. See, dollface? New kid wanted to bring me breakfast. Ugh. Ragatha turns to me. Try not to be late to class, please. Whatever. She looks hurt by my response, but Jax is smiling. This hurts me to hurt Ragatha! But I promise I'll make it up to you in 2 streams. Yo me duele lastimar a Ragatha, pero prometo, te voy a hacer sentir amada en 2 streams después. Jax pats the seat next to him, discreetly taking my breakfast from me. After a few minutes, Ragatha spots Jax eating the omelet and wheels on us. See? She raises a hand. Kinger! Minor Mole said they brought the lunch for themselves, but Jax is eating it! Who's eating Jax? He seems genuinely panicked by the prospect. Jax is eating! Minor Mole brought breakfast and now Jax is! Mr. Kinger turns around. Minor Mole isn't eating Jax, Ragatha. Everything is fine. Oh my gosh! Su madre! He gives her a reassuring smile. Ragatha splutters for a few moments before sulking, burying her face in her arms as she leans forward on her desk. Never mind. I give up. She groans into her arms. Jax and I share a conspirational grin. The lunch bell rings, dismissing the class. I make my way to the lunchroom. As I'm exiting the lunchroom with my tray, I spot Jax. He's eyeing Gangle like a lion, stalking its prey when I catch up to him. Or like a bunny stalking its... carrots? I spend a few moments racking my brain for something that might be hunted by a bunny before Jax notices me. Oh, hey, new kid. Good. I think you can help me out. Can you keep Gangle busy for me? Can you keep Gangle busy for a little bit? I want to try something funny. I nod. I walk up to Gangle. So, anime, huh? What? What? She looks genuinely confused, which makes sense. This is one of the first few times I've ever talked to her. Luckily, I'm a master of subversion. You know, anime. Or, you know, anime. It's the happening thing. It's hard to be this cool. I guess. She must be intimidated by my charisma and looks. Time to dial it back a little. Yeah, if you say so. I mean, I think it's cool. I honestly didn't expect that from you, Minor Mole. Well, if you want to talk about anime, I guess I have a moment. She smiles at me. An attempt to disarm me that won't work. Which anime do you like? You know, the cool ones. She called my bluff. Red alert! Red alert! Cool ones? I stumble over my words for a second. How about you? You tell me the ones you like. Oh, don't get me started. I like Yo-Yo Hachoko, Quadgoon, Uzumaki Ninja, Inuyasha. I keep nodding and smiling as Jack sneaks up behind Gangle, a shot bag in hand and a dark grin on his face. He's just about to press the power button when... Is that Zooble? And they're holding a corn cob? Jax's eyes fly wide as he notices them, stepping back slowly, but tripping over the shop back. The lid goes flying as my poor companion trips over it, dust caking his entire body. Zooble! Zooble! Gangle turns around to see what the commotion is. I rush to Jax's side. Leave Gangle alone, or this won't be the last time you see a corn cob in an unwelcome location. Jax is still spluttering, covered in dust. Kane himself has come out of his office to see what the chaos is about. What's going on here? You, Minor Mole, tell me what happened. Jax is trying to mess with Gangle. Zooble stopped him. Jax was walking around when Zooble attacked him with a shot back. Jax looks confused for a moment, but then grins as he realizes I'm getting us both out of this. Yeah, that's right. I was just trying to clean and Zooble over here attacked me. Are you seriously implying... Now, Zooble, you really shouldn't be harassing the cleaning staff. Yeah, we're definitely cleaning. Sí, definitivamente estamos limpiando. Jax here asked me earlier if he could use a shop vac to clean the tops of the lockers. I was surprised, but impressed by his go-getter attitude. Shame on you for disrupting his cleaning activities. Kane, that's not what... Chop chop, Zooble, you're coming to my office while I decide what to do with you. In the meantime, Bubble... He claps his hands. Bubble manifests out of seemingly nowhere. What's up? What's up? Clean this up. Bubble opens his mouth, extending an unnaturally large tongue as he begins to lick up the dust from the shop back. Kane stands there, his jaw agape, or agape. I don't know, no sé. Why are you like this? By this point, Gangle has made herself scarce, and Zooble is stomping off to the principal's office. As you were, Jackson Minor Mole. We make ourselves scarce as well, heading to the school entrance as the bell rings. Well, that was a bust. But at least we got Zooble put away. Hey Jax, what happened back there? What are you talking about? Or what are you talking about? He gives me a confused look. The, corn thing. Don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about. He tries to keep walking. Oh no, Jax, you're not getting away that easily. I grabbed the small corn cob off my lunch tray and pointed at him. His eyes widen. Put that down! I smirk. Aha, so you are scared. He ducks his head, looking to see if anyone is in earshot around us before addressing me. Fine, yeah. I don't like corn. Except for that kid! Except for, well, I think it was, what, 4 years old? Maybe he's 6 or 7 years old. The one that says, it's corn! It was a meme video, what was it, like 2023 or 2024? Que fue un video del 2023 o 24 de, es elote! Oh, it's corn! The seemingly unflappable Jax has been flapped. Still, he's obviously uncomfortable, so I toss the corn into the nearest trash bin. So, what is it with corn? Do you not like the color yellow? I can't fully stifle my laughter at the thought of someone like Jax being afraid of corn. He hears me and gives me an annoyed look. My gloves are yellow, new kid. Good point. What is it then? He waits until we are significantly away from the other students before answering me. All the little kernels are just... ugh. He gives me a revolted expression before smirking. But I don't think you have the upper hand just because you know that about me, new kid. But don't think you have the upper hand just because you know that about me, new kid. I'll find out what bugs you. I shrug, trying to play it cool like him. Nothing scares me. Jax grins at me. I don't buy that for a second. Don't worry, I'll find out. I gulp. Anyways, new kid, you heading back to the dorms? Yeah, I don't have anything else to do today. Cool, me too. I stand awkward for a moment before going for it. Do you want to walk back together? He raises his eyebrow at me before returning to his normal demeanor. Yeah, why not, minor mole? He said my name. Huh? Oh, yes, I did. New kid is so, I don't know, cumbersome. Anyway, I was just screwing with you. I know, I just like hearing you say my name. Jax gives me a pointed look. You made it weird, new kid. Jax sighs. But hey, you can at least distract people. So you're not entirely useless to me. So I guess I'll keep you company on the way back since nobody else will. Yep, that's for sure after today. We make our way back to the dorms. The chill air causes us to shiver and run for the entrance. As we reach the building, we're both out of breath. Can't end these dumb uniforms. He mutters between breaths. I shiver. I could go for a hot tea or a hot chocolate right now. I rub my hands together as I make my way up the stairs to my dorm. It's too bad I don't have a kettle or anything. I think aloud. Jax looks at me. You know, there's a kitchen in the lounge, right? It has, like, everything you just mentioned. I blink at Jax. You didn't know that? You'd be lost without me, minor mole. It's kinda embarrassing. He motions for me to follow him. I didn't ask for him to show me, but I can't lie. I appreciate his help as he leads me down the staircase. It's a pretty nice lounge, all things considered. I make my way to the kitchenette. The cupboard down here has tea and whatever else. He points at a lower cabinet before throwing himself on one of the couches. I open the cabinet to see an assortment of different teas and drink mixes. I look for one to try. As I'm rooting around under the cupboard, I peek around the lounge. To my surprise, Jax is still hanging out here, and hasn't left for his room yet. I decide not to question it and just enjoy the shared moment. Should I make you some tea or something? Jax looks over at me from the couch. I expect a quip or some smart remark, but instead he simply shrugs. Sure, I'll take a coffee. Black. I nod. I make myself some tea, and once I'm done, I make coffee for Jax. I can't help but feel a little happy to be spending time with Jax in a more casual environment. For his part, Jax seems more relaxed too. Or maybe he's just tired. Too tired to pick up on anybody. Or to pick on anybody. It's a nice moment. I finish up and start bringing the drinks over. I carry the drinks over. I notice Jax has been weirdly quiet. I get over the couch to check on him. Sure enough, he's fallen asleep. There he is! Ahí está! I can't help but stare for a moment. Am I starting to be attracted to him? ¿Me estoy atrayendo a él ahora? Am I becoming gay? ¿Me estoy volviendo joto? ¿Me estoy volviendo gay? Guess it takes a lot of energy to terrorize your classmates all day. He looks so peaceful. Oh! I end up so caught up in my own thoughts that I end up tripping over my feet, dropping the drinks all over the wooden floor. Oh shit! I'm sorry, I tripped and spilled everything. I try to explain myself, tea and coffee running down the front of my shirt. Jax has a hand on his head, still a little groggy from his cat nap, or would it be a bunny nap? Huh? He looks down at me as I start picking up the broken pieces of the mugs. Wow, minor mole, you can't even make tea or coffee without messing up. He chuckles, slow clapping. Yeah. I rub the back of my neck, embarrassed. Is there a mop or anything like that here? I feel bad leaving a mess. Well, I feel bad about it. Just don't bother cleaning it up. But what if someone slips and falls? Then that would be pretty funny, right? I picked myself up off the floor, determined to find a mop or rags or something to clean up the mess I made. I see what looks like a closet, the door slightly ajar on the opposite side of the lounge. Maybe there's a mop in there. Hey, this is the same scene I saw in Zubol's run. Esta es la misma escena que vi en el run de Zubol. Jax watches me annoyed as I open the door and look around the closet. It's roomier than expected. Still cramped though. What? I see some cleaning supplies. I'm definitely in the right area. I rummage around a bit, not noticing Jax approach the entrance of the closet, his arms crossed. It's above you. He eventually pipes up, pointing to the top shelf after watching me struggle. Huh? Oh. On the top shelf, a mop sticks tucked behind some boxes. Who stores a mop like that? I try to reach for it, but it's pretty hard to get a grasp on it, tucked behind all this junk. I continue to struggle before Jax walks past me, taking pity on me. He rolls his eyes as he steps past me. I can't watch this anymore. Move. He enters the closet, the door closing behind him as he reaches over to grab a mop out from behind the boxes. What? Okay. Here. He stares, pushing the mop into my hands. I blush a bit embarrassed at how much I've been relying on Jax. Thanks. I'm sorry I spilled our drinks. Stop apologizing so much. It's annoying. He says, twisting at the knob of the closet. What? He tugs the knob a little harder. No. You gotta be kidding me! He shakes his head, pulling up at the knob vigorously. It's locked? I feel my chest tighten up. Come on! Jax starts banging on the door, pulling more violently. The door shakes on its hinges, but no luck. We're showered with old paint chips from the crumbling ceiling. We're locked in here? I feel the breath leave my lungs as I clutch mop to my chest.
Hold on. Sorry about that, disculpa. This is what happened to me. I barely hear him. My ears are ringing as panic starts to set in. My breath comes in ragged gasp as my heart hammers against my rib cage. Suddenly, I lose my balance, clutching the mop as I back into the wall and sink into the ground. Whoa, hey! Minor mole. Calm down. Oh god, we're gonna die in here. I continue to hyperventilate. We're gonna die in here. I can't breathe. Jax kneels down next to me, smirking. Not scared of anything, huh? This is not funny. I eke out with the last of my breath. Jax lets out a sigh. Hell, we're not going anywhere with you freaking out like that. He sits against the door facing me. Just breathe. I'm trying. Well, I don't know. Close your eyes then. Stop freaking out. He tosses his jacket over my head. Imagine you're on a wide open rooftop or wherever your happy place is. I can't breathe in here. I manage as I cover my ears with my hands, clenching my eyes shut as I try to imagine I'm in a wide open meadow. It's surprisingly helpful. My breathing shifts from a ragged, panicked gasp into a slow, peaceful rhythm. So I'm basically claustrophobic? Soy claustrofóbico or what? Okay. You alright? Can't talk. Just breathing. I hate to admit it, but if I do anything but focus on deep breaths, I start to panic again. I'm barely able to muster the strength to talk. How long do you think until someone finds us? Who knows? He looks up the ceiling and chuckles. I bet if they knew I wasn't here, they wouldn't bother opening the door. He laughs again. It's a hollow laugh. But right now, I can only focus on me. My head is planted firmly in my knees as I continue to clench my eyes shut. Don't you have any friends here at school? Jax goes quiet. Well, definitely not Ragatha. She's way too fake and annoyingly positive. She's always trying to pretend everything is great and awesome. It's exhausting. Gangle is just sad all the time. Not like she has a backbone. Zubul just chooses to be difficult to get along with. They're really a stick in the mud. Pomni's alright, but she's always worrying about what everyone else thinks. Jax's confession about how he feels about his classmates distracts me from our cramped situation, if only for a few moments. Wow. Is there really nobody at this school you like? Jax remains silent as he looks away, a tinge of red on his cheeks. I can't help but blush myself before putting my head back into my knees. What was that? Suddenly, Kane pops out of thin air. His booming voice makes us both jump. There you two are! Thought you could get past the curfew rule by hiding in here, huh? You little scamps!
For some reason, he pops up inside of the cramped space of the closet instead of opening the door. With a snap, we're instantly transported to our respective rooms. Okay, with a snap, we're instantly transported back into our respective rooms. I feel relieved being back in my spacious room. I flop onto my bed, completely worn out from that whole ordeal. Wow, and I haven't even been to Jax's room. Y hasta no me he metido al cuarto de Jax. I mean, to be fair, we got into Zubal's room pretty late. Bueno, para ser francos, pues sí, sí no nos metimos al cuarto de Zubul, pues aún más tarde. Gangles was pretty early. El de Gangle fue muy pronto. I flop into my bed, completely worn out from that whole ordeal. Still, I cannot stop thinking about what Jack said and what he didn't say. Why was he so quiet after I asked him if he liked anybody? He couldn't have meant, or he couldn't have meant. I wrap my pillow around my head as I stare at the wall. Surely not. I must be delusional. As I get under the covers for the night, I can't help but think about what or who he could have meant. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Ahorita regreso. Alright, sorry, that took a little too long. Disculpa que eso se tarda un poco, demasiado. Keep this up y comenzar con esto. I wake up to my usual alarm and get ready for the day. It takes a little longer than usual. I didn't sleep well last night. I couldn't stop thinking about what Jack said yesterday. I brush my teeth, excuse me, and I put on my uniform. To my surprise, I hear a knock at the door. I think for a few moments about who it could be before deciding on just to open it and remove the mystery. To my surprise, it's Jax. He leans on the door frame, grinning his usual confident grin. Rise and shine, minor mole. Ready to head out? I'm a little flustered as I try to find my words, finishing pulling on my uniform and suddenly very concerned about making sure everything is neat and covered. Oh? Yeah, I was just gonna try to pick something up to eat real quick before class. I don't want to be late again. Jax rolls his eyes. Why? It was so funny yesterday. He's still wearing that same confident grin. I giggle awkwardly. Yeah, but I don't want to make a habit of being late. I turn and lock my door while Jax waits for me. Once I'm sure the dorm is locked up, we start walking to school together. The fall air is cool against me. I shiver again. You were right. These uniforms do suck. Jax nods. Yep. When Kane designed this school, it was really spring. Then the seasons just kept going and we couldn't convince him to make us new uniforms, said to put in the suggestion box. And I guess he forgot to put one up because we never found one. We ended up having to just ditch the blazers for the summer. But you can't do anything about the cold. He shivers, rubbing his arms, his breath visible on the autumn air. I lean in a little closer and Jax doesn't stop me. He doesn't acknowledge the shared warmth, but honestly, not being kept at arm's length feels like progress. Until we enter the school and he moves in front of me, keeping a safe distance between us as we walk into school. You getting breakfast or heading to homeroom then, new kid? I'm gonna grab something real quick. Alright, I'm not hungry, but I don't really care about being late either. I'll wait outside the cafeteria, I guess. I nod, smiling to myself. I dug into the cafeteria. All of the lines are crowded, and I know Jack said he would wait, but I don't want to test his patience. There's a wicker basket of granola bars with a note card in front saying Student Health Week, take one. I snag one from the basket before turning back to the cafeteria entrance. You got something? I look down at my humble granola bar. Yep. Good, let's get going. We ascend the main stairwell, entering homeroom at an appropriate time today. I munch on the granola bar while I take my seat. Jax takes the desk behind me. Huh? I turn to look at Jax. You're sitting behind me today? Jax flashes me a grin. You're so observant today, minor mole. He rolls his eyes. What's the problem? Don't trust me? I turn to face the front of the class as Mr. Kinger starts his lecture on English. I can't help but feel a little nervous, periodically reaching behind my neck to feel for any gum or something. I guess I still don't trust Jax. Once I finally manage to focus on class, I feel somebody poking my elbow. Looking down, I see a small folded up piece of paper being passed to me from behind. It must be from Jax. I give him a confused look before taking it as discreetly as possible. So boring. Blah blah blah. Unfolding the paper reveals a crudely drawn sketch of Mr. Kinger. A speech bubble over his head that reads, blah blah blah, I'm so boring. I stifle a chuckle, adding my own contribution. I've never been very good at art, but I do my best to draw Ragatha. Killjoy? Oh no! No! She comes out pretty botched. I draw her nose all wrong and end up shading it black. Her hair looks like a bunch of rectangles exploding out of her head, and I get which side the button is on wrong. Or I get which side of the button on is wrong. But I hope it gets the point across. I add an arrow with the words Killjoy. Just before I hand it back, I add another arrow with the word boring written on it. Excuse me. I pass the note back, and Jax quickly swipes it from me. I hear him let out a small exhale through his nose before the sound of his pencil scratching again. He takes some time before passing the note back. So this is like school in the 90s or 2000s or even the 80s. Esta es como la escuela en los 90s o 2000s o hasta en los 80s. Incoming! Pretty much right. Boring. Incoming! I thought you didn't like driving. Pensé que no te gustaba manejar. But dang. Mira esto. I open the note to see what he was working on. This time there's a sketch of him in a large truck heading for the previously drawn sketches. There's a speech bubble coming from the truck saying, incoming! There's also a small pretty much right he added by my sketch. Not sure if that's a compliment or not. I start my own contribution when Mr. Kinger walks by my desk. Do you have your homework, minor mole? I try to cover up the sketches, but Mr. Kinger sees the paper and quickly snatches it up. This isn't the homework. He eyes it for a moment. Wow, minor mole. You're a pretty good artist. Except your Ragatha could use some work. Huh? Mr. Kinger continues taking up the homework and our sketches along with the crisis averted. I shoot a relieved look at Jax, who's covering his mouth, trying to hide an amused smirk. Before we can be questioned about it anymore, the lunch bell rings. I follow Jax out to the nearby stairwell. Wow, that was close. Thank God Mr. Kinger doesn't seem to have all his marbles. I chuckle. Yeah, our teacher has a few screws loose. He traces a circle around his temple as he bobs his head from side to side before continuing. Anyway, listen up, minor mole. I have a really good prank idea for today. I perk up. Jax reaches into his blazer pocket and pulls out a little red bottle. I managed to get my hands on this Satan's butthole ghost pepper sauce. Dang! ¡Hala! ¡A su madre! Even a few drops of this is supposed to make you taste nothing but fire for a week. Whoa! Where did he get something like that? I reach for the bottle instinctively. Jax pulls it back, holding it far above my head. Wasn't easy to get this, minor mole. He tucks it back into an interior pocket of his blazer. Besides, guess what today is? Wednesday? It's Mystery Meat Day at the cafeteria. Just a few drops of this little guy in the pot, and everyone's mouths will be on fire. Come on. This should be good. He beckons me to follow, and I do so without question. We head for the cafeteria, but stop in our tracks. Looks like everyone decided to work on their culture fair projects in the cafeteria today. Oh boy, I know. A few tables have been cleared up where Gangle and Zoo will work on a large paper mache sculpture. Pomni sits at a nearby table reading a few thick books from the library and taking notes. I gotta say, they really did great work with this art. Hicieron un buen trabajo con esta arte. Probably still trying to figure out what a culture fair is. Ragatha looks like she's putting together a stall from pieces of wood and nails. It looks like everyone is in there. Jack shakes his head, grinning even wider. This is perfect! I bet they're all going to eat lunch together I bet they're all going to eat here together too. We just need to find a way to discreetly slip into the kitchen. Even as a cast of glance around in wide open view, all of our classmates are so engrossed in their own projects that they don't even notice us. I whistle subtly. We could probably just walk in, right? Jack shrugs. Worth a shot. Jax and I walk up as casually as possible to the kitchen door. He opens it a crack before ushering me in. That was surprisingly easy. Whoa! Is that? I can barely get the words out. The mystery meat vat. Terrible, isn't it? He says with a grin. And it comes out of a hose. His face deadens in an abject dread at the implications of that. I break the awkward silence that falls between us. That sure is a lot of meat. Jack shakes the dread off as he returns to his normal grin. Alright, help me find out how to get in there. Jax's gloved hands scrabble over the sealed vat for any type of opening. I stand there just sort of watching for a few minutes as Jax tries to fail and as Jax tries and fails to find the opening he's looking for. What the? There's gotta be a valve or something. He grunts as he tries to pry at the door on the side that has been welded shut. How do you open this thing? Maybe there's a pressure relief valve or some kind of button opens it? I look around the tank underneath, finding some buttons and a lever. Hey, buttons! Jax pushes me aside to access the hidden panel. Let me see that. He stares at the panel for a few moments. Jax starts pushing random buttons. Are you sure that's a good idea? A metallic whirring sound begins as the tank controls seems to come to life. The hose begins to croak and whip around as a thick, brown, sludgy steam of mystery meat comes flowing out. Uh-oh. Turn it off! I scream, panicking as the sludge begins to flow towards us. Right. He tries another button. The hose begins to whip around like a snake in its final moments. Wow, we are bad at being bad. Somos malos en ser malos. Molten meat sludge spraying all over the room at higher volumes than before. Please stop hitting random buttons! I tucked my head under my arms as I dug. We gotta get out of here! Jax and I rush for the door, dodging jets of hot meat juice while we make our desperate escape. We burst out of the door like a bat out of hell. The hose has a mind of its own, the nozzle wedging between the door and the frame, oscillating up and down like it's a living creature. Vile mystery meat spews from its nozzle in a spiteful deluge of heated horror, coating the guilty and innocent alike in terrible meaty sludge. The sludge flies across Pomni and her books. A thick puddle begins to form the once pristine table where Zool and Gangle left their art. A thick jet of meat slams into the ladder Gangle was standing on. The velocity of and force behind the gout of meat knocks the ladder over, promptly sending the ribbon character to the ground. She lets out a little yelp, her comedy mask shattering on impact with the ground. Ragatha is standing behind her stall, which proves to be poor cover as a pressurized spray of meat knocks the stall over and pins her underneath it. Everyone is meat. Everything is meat. The entire interior of the cafeteria has been painted by the vile concoction brewing in that vat. Eventually, with a wheezing hiss, the last one of the vat's contents are exhausted, now lying across everything in my field of vision. A terrible silence settles over the cafeteria in the wake of the chaos, the entire place looking of the scene of some grotesque crime. A silence that is eventually broken by the appearance of Principal Kane, who floats above the bubbling sludge. Whoa! Clean up on aisle U, he says as he surveys the scene. Mystery Meat Day is ruined. Mystery Meat Day? What about the entire culture fair? Our projects are completely covered in meat juice. Oh no, that too! Who could be behind this targeted attack on our school festival? Who do you think? Sewell crosses their arms and glares at Jax and I. To our credit, we are also covered in meat. Listen, we can explain. This wasn't supposed to happen. Jax wheels on me as everyone else begins to glare. Yeah, Minor Mole. What were you thinking ruining everyone's culture fair projects with meat? You're sick. What? What? I am very disappointed in you, Minor Mole. I expected better. Principal Kane turns his back on me, shaking his head as he surveys the cafeteria again. Disciplinary action is the only way I can try to correct this little behavioral hiccup. Wait! Before I continue, Principal Kane snaps his fingers and we are transported into his office. I've never seen this place before. Nunca he visto este lugar antes. Now wait here while I prepare your disciplinary action. Is this the bad ending? Este es el fin malo. He disappears behind a desk for a moment before a massive red slug creature with yellow polka dots slides in, ringing the bell on his desk. Is this S? It's the Gloink Queen! It's La Reina Gloink! A bunch of small geometric shaped creatures with eyes and mouths bounce around outside the office. I'm here to enroll my Gloinks in classes, all 500 of them. Kane appears from behind the desk, his eyes wide. Whoa! Enrolling 500 Gloinks into classes? That's gonna take a while. Bubble, cancel all my meetings for the rest of the day. On it, boss! He looks a little down as he continues. And cancel my 3 p.m. massage therapy appointment. He turns to face me. Wait here, Minor Mole. Kane motions to the giant slug creature. Follow me this way, your gloinkness or gloinkiness. He leads the massive slug into a back office. Wait, but what about my... I try to protest, but it's too late. The little geometric shapes bounce around the office, now knocking things down and making general chaos. I wait there. I'm realizing now that since Jax and I had pulled our prank, I hadn't really gotten to eat anything. My stomach growls. I think about ditching, but Bubble hasn't stopped staring at me since I sat down. I'm nervous about what will happen if I try to leave. The time crawls by minute by agonizing minute. I miss my first afternoon class, then my second. I start to question if the clock is working right or if time is really passing at this sluggish of a pace. As the clock ticks down, the last bell for the day rings. I've been sitting for hours. Loinks continue to bounce off of me and around me, sometimes sticking to my clothes, so I have to pluck them off. Hell can't be much worse than this. Alright, thanks for stopping by. We'll be seeing all your precious blanks in class. I hope not my class. Bye now! Finally, the blanks all gather around their mother, who carries them out with her in a sort of organized mess. Kane turns to me with a stern face, or as stern as a pair of eyes set into a set of toy teeth can look at least. Alright, minor mole. Come to my office immediately. I step into Principal Kane's office and sit down. For your disciplinary action, I wait with bated breath. You'll get a written warning. And I'd like you to help your classmates fix up their projects you destroy tomorrow. Sound good? I waited hours for that? Yeah, that's fine. Alright, off you go then. I walk out of the school finally after a long day of sitting in Kane's office. Yeah, I think this is the bad ending. Creo que este es el fin malo. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I prefer to walk myself back to my dorm alone. My other classmates definitely won't want to see me right now. As I approach the exit of the school, I see a familiar lanky figure waiting at the entrance. Jax? I'm shocked. The purple rabbit is standing there. How long has he been waiting there? Was he waiting for me? He tilts his head and grins at me. Wow, took you long enough. I guess it got pretty messy back there. Didn't go exactly the way I wanted it to. But it was still pretty funny though. You should have seen everyone's faces. Ha, see? I knew you wouldn't be mad. You're cool. I wanted to press the other one so bad, but I'm trying to risk Jax. Quería apachurrar el otro, pero quería enamorar a Jax. The rabbit smirks. He seems kind of relieved at that. We're ready to head back. We head back to the dorms. I'm just happy that me and Jax are still cordial after everything. Even though my stomach growls from not eating all day. When I get to my dorm, I feel a bit lightheaded. Maybe I should go to the lounge to get something to eat. That's what my brain says, but my body is tired from the day's events and I opt to just lay in my bed. My stomach is still churning from our near miss earlier today. I can't believe I almost stood up to Jax. There's no way that would have ended well. I wake to my alarm. I thought I just rested my eyes for a second. Did I really sleep through the entire night? My stomach rumbles loudly as I try to stand on steady feet. Did I forget to eat last night? Ugh, I'm starving. I definitely have to pick up breakfast on the way today. I put on my uniform and head out. Jax is waiting for me by his door. Hey new kid, you ready for some wicked pranks today? I think I came up with a really good one to pull on Gangle. Oh, actually, Kane told me I have to help fix all the culture fair damage I did yesterday. It was part of my disciplinary action. What? Boo, that's lame. We're not doing that. But Kane won't even notice you didn't do it. Trust me, he has the attention span of a squirrel. I guess you're right. Come on, don't want to be late. We're trying to stay off of Kane's radar today. He smirks at me before walking ahead. By the time I stumble into homeroom, the bell is already ringing. I take my seat. My stomach grumbles loudly. I didn't get to pick up any breakfast, but it's fine. I can make it until lunch, probably. By the time lunch does roll around, I feel lightheaded and weak. I try to keep pace with Jax, but my hunger makes me sort of loopy and slow. I trip over my own feet a few times trying to keep pace with the purple rabbit. Alright, so I have a really good idea. We have to find Gangle and make sure Zubul isn't playing bodyguard. I try to pay attention to what he's saying, but feels like slow motion. I'm going to need you to lure Gangle to the top of the stairs. That's the last thing I hear before my vision blurs and the lights go out. I come to in what seems to be a nurse's office. Did I pass out? Wakey, wakey, minor mole. Don't tell me this is the bad ending, right? No me digas que si este es el fin malo, no? Principal Kane? What happened? He collapsed in the hallway due to low blood sugar. Didn't know that could happen with your unique situation. I brush off the comment. What is he talking about? Where's Jax? Ow! I grab my head and feel a tinge of pain. Steady, minor mole. You had a pretty big pratfall out there. Ouch! I really feel it now. Kane laughs manically. It was a whole thing. You toppled over the side of the stairs and landed on the ground floor. Lucky you, someone scraped you off the floor and brought you back here. Am I okay to go back to classes now? I still have to help everyone get their stuff fixed for the culture fair. Well, I have good news for you. Kane smiles, twiddling his cane in his hands. Okay, did they spell Kane wrong here? Que escribieron Kane aquí mal. O sea, tiene que decir bastón, no Kane. It has to say, like, Kane without the I. You see, minor mole, the culture fair had to be cancelled. What? Yeah. He paces back and forth. We lost way too much progress on Wednesday. And then yesterday, Gangle also had to make a nurse visit. Tripped right down the stairwell. Two stair accidents in one day. Not good for our image. He pauses a moment, shaking his head before resuming his pacing. With you and Gangle out of commission, we couldn't recover our losses, so the culture fair is a bust. As he says this, he throws up his hands and a bunch of playing cards explode out from them before fluttering to the ground. You gonna clean that up? He looks at me. I look back and Kane blinks a few moments before remembering face palming as he says, "Whoops, that's right, head injury." He snaps his fingers and the playing cards disappear. Wait, which day did Gangle fall? What day is today? I said, panic edging its way into my voice despite my attempts to keep calm. Friday! Friday? I was out for an entire day? Yep, I was worried we lost you, but then I remembered that can't really happen. Kane continues, but I just sit shocked at the revelation. Did Jax at least come and visit me? Who? Oh, no. Oh. Nobody visited you. We sit in awkward silence. He fidgets with his cane before resuming the conversation. Yeah, I'm thinking this is the bad ending. Creo que este es el fin malo. Well, though, since you brought up Jax. What about Jax? I say, eager for news about my friend. You see, minor mole, you were an NPC. Yeah, this is the bad ending. Este es el fin malo. One, I designed to help Jax learn to get along with his classmates. And maybe even open up in time for the culture fair. But well, it looks like everything went right out of the window. As he says this, he makes an exaggerated tossing motion and a nearby window flies open. Outside, the sound of breaking glass can be heard even though I'm pretty sure his hands were empty. Unfortunately, that kind of leaves you in an unfortunate position. You really won't be much of use anymore. Kane shrugs. It looks like he pulled you more to his side than anything. He's so persuasive, the lovable scamp. But that means we'll have to go back to the drawing board. Did I hit my head harder than I thought? What is he talking about? Why is everything going fuzzy again? An NPC? What does that mean? Don't worry, this won't hurt a bit, minor mole. In fact, you'll actually be feeling nothing soon. Wait, what? I barely have time to even comprehend what Kane says to me. As my consciousness suddenly feels like it's pulled from my body, and all I can hear are echoes from Kane. I'm sure we'll get it next time. Ah, so of course I get the bad ending again. Claro, me toca el fin malo de nuevo. What pictures did I get at least? ¿Qué fotos me tocaron al menos? Just two, solo dos.
Okay. Okay, where did I go? Okay, so it's around here. It's por aquí. Because I was dangerously close here. Estuve muy cerca de eso aquí. Alright. Let me go back to that point. Déjame regresar a ese punto. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go here. Voy a tener que ir aquí. Oh, come on. Don't be so lame. I'm not being lame. Or boring. Or whatever else you want to call me. We messed up everyone's culture affairs projects and that they've been working on all week. The words come splitting out before I can stop them, but I can't honestly say I disagree with anything I'm saying. Or even that it doesn't deserve to be said. Jax rolls his eye, crosses his arms as I offer my heartfelt review of our actions. Jeez, I didn't think you were cared about that stupid festival. He gives me a look of utter ridicule. Maybe I don't, but they clearly do. I curled into myself. Now they probably hate me. The tears flow as freely as my words. I spent hours in the office, missing lunch, missing my classes. And on top of it all, you just let me take the blame for it all. I could deal with everyone hating me, but I at least thought you would be there for me. Jax's grin curls into a frown of disgust, but I can't stop. I don't know if I care. You weren't there for me. Care for you? His voice is venom, bearing down on me with cold, condescending anger. What do you think this is? You think I'm just gonna swoop in and save you every time you need it? He wipes his hands off his uniform as his expression returns to one of neutrality. He wanted to pull a prank just as much as me. He turned away from me before letting out a short, manic laugh. You went along with every little thing I told you to do until now. Now you want to care about what everyone thinks of you? He turns away from me before leaning back down to my level, gazing into my eyes with manic anger. His own voice seems to pitch up as if he gets in my face, his pupils dilating to small black squares. Nobody here has ever liked you. He sweeps an arm across his chest. I have to stumble back to avoid being pushed back. You spent every moment here tormenting them with me. He points to his face where a manic grin now matches his eyes and tones. Now you want to pretend you have a moral compass? He leans back and lets out a hollow laugh. That might be the only funny thing you did that I didn't tell you to do. I sit there in stunned silence. Even as I hold back more tears, I have to admit he's right too. I just spent the past 2 days with him pranking people. I thought we were having fun, but today we took it too far. I can't even stand to look at Jax. I turn away half mumbling my words. I thought you were my friend. Jax's manic grin falls away from his face and as his mouth narrows, his pupils go wide. Somehow this is even scarier than the manic range I was facing moments ago. No, he says plainly. No? You can't mean that. I push him for a different response. I'm not your friend. My chest goes tight. Why would he say that? How could he say that after everything that's happened between us? It feels like I'm talking to a different person. I know you don't mean that. Oh my god, listen, newbie, and listen closely. We aren't friends. He stretches out each word before returning to
signature smile, taking a few deep breaths. We were never friends. I was just having a little fun. Clearly you got the wrong impression. Why would you say that? I'm on the verge of tears again. I thought we were getting close. Jack scoffs. Getting close? Are you that deluded, new kid? Then why would you wait for me before school? And text me at night? And sit by me in classes? It's my turn to be angry. You chose to help me last night. Why would you do all that if you didn't care? Jack shrugs neutrally. You're reading too much into it. I can't even look at him as tears blur my vision. Our shoulders bump as I run past him. Everything about this moment hurts. Every emotion feeling like a jagged edge. But it's like Jack says, I must be deluded. Deluded to think we were friends. I was alone this entire time, and when others reached out to me or offered me respite, I turned them away. I hear others whispering or casting worried looks my way as I get back to the dorm. I open my stupid plane door to my stupid plane room and throw myself on the bed. When I finish crying and begin regaining my senses, the first thing I notice is how hungry I am. I load up door to DoorDash to see that the only open restaurant is some fast food place called Sputzi's. I load up their menu. Looks like all they have available is something called the Stupid Burger. What the hell is that? Sounds kind of weird. It's really my only choice for food at the moment, and my stomach rumbles to remind me of how badly I need something to eat. Whatever it is, I just ordered it. I await the delivery as my stomach grumbles even louder. It takes surprisingly little time for it to get to my dorm. There's a knock on the door. I open it to my delivery guy. A red mannequin-looking character holds my food in his hand. Order for... He's gone. I stumble forward, catching my food moments before it splats against the ground and makes eating that much messier. That was strange. Still, at this point, I'm learning to simply not question the way things work at this school. I go back to my dorm and unwrap the burger. There's a weird pink sauce dripping from the patty. Huh, that must be what makes it stupid, I guess. My stomach rumbles again to remind me that I'm too ravenous to even think about another decision. I take a big bite out of the burger. Another, and another, and another, and another. Before I know, I've completely eaten it up. I attempt to get up, then suddenly, the room starts spinning. Mother 3 moment! Momento de Mother 3! I'm stretching and just sort of moving. And... this is weird. Everything is so funny. The room is funny. My bed is funny. Whoa, that was a really good burger. Suddenly I hear another knock on the door. 1 second. I shout a little louder than I meant to. I try to regain my balance and pick myself up off the floor. But it's no fair, because the room is still spinning. Come on, room, stop spinning. Another knock at the door. Oh, fuck it, let yourself in. I'm no closer to the door, and the room isn't slowing down anytime soon. Lying down on the cool, welcoming floor seems like the right move. Luckily, I must have forgotten to lock up after getting my food, because my favorite bunny walks into the room. Jax? Wait, were we not friends? He regards me with a skeptically raised eyebrow. Are bunnies supposed to have eyebrows? He sighs. Minor Mole, what the heck have you gotten into? He's so tall I barely come up to his ankle. Or is that because I'm on the ground? Tall bunny alert, tall bunny spotted. I laugh. You get taller or something? I kick up. I tilt my head towards the side to get a better look at him. He looks annoyed but concerned. Is my Jaxie boy worried about me? Sit up. Are you drunk or something? Drunk? No way. You're drunk. You. The words don't come. Jax gets down to my level to try to sit me against my bed, but I push him away laughing. Would you just... He struggles to get a good hold on me. Sit! Down! Even as he manages to force me into an upright sitting position, my hands flail out, pushing his face away from me. No! I shout, pouring for a moment before I try to crawl away. You're drunk. And mean. Jack sighs and stands up, giving up for the moment. What am I even doing here? He mutters under his breath, but I can hear him. Then he speaks up. I brought you food. Since you missed lunch. He emphasizes the last words of each sentence, pointing in an exaggerated way to the bag in his hand. He shakes his head as I keep lolling my head from side to side, fascinated by whatever he's trying to do. Whatever happened, you're too messed up to even eat, right? He folds his arms and turns away from me. But I have a real truth bomb ready for this mean bunny. But you don't want to be my friend, though. The last word comes out as a mix of other words, but I'm trying to be serious as I stumble over my own words. You hate me. I emphasize the word hate, putting as much of my fleeting breath behind it as I can muster. Whatever was in that burger is wearing off enough for me to stumble to my unsteady feet. Jax is impressed that I managed to stand up, but doesn't acknowledge the huge truth bomb I just dropped. I try to take a step forward, my knee wobbles dangerously and I almost fall over again. Careful! He flinches, almost reaching out to catch me, but I catch myself. What the heck is up with you, minor mole? You're going to hurt yourself, just sit down! He shouts at me urgently, but I'm too deep into telling it like it is to let him distract me. Say it. Say you hate me. I swing useless floppy hands at his cartoon rabbit face. He doesn't even have to try to dodge a single one. Hey, watch it. He catches my wrist in his hands. Would you stop that already? Oh, okay, you're getting too close. Te estás acercando demasiado. He tightens his grip, making me his captive. Listen to me right now, minor mole. He manages through heavy breaths. We are going to move you to the bed. You're going to sit down. And then you are going to go to sleep. He didn't say he hated me, though. So, you don't hate me? Again, my words start merging inside my clumsy mouth, but the meaning is still there. My anger subsides as I look into his beautiful yellow eyes. You love me, don't you? I inch closer to his face. Jax blushes furiously. What are you talking about? He shouts at me. I lean in. I feel the spark flying between us. Okay, hold on. Just in case, digo, solo por si las dudas. Alright. I feel the sparks flying between us. These must be the feelings he was trying to fight this whole time. Could it be he was pushing me away because he really felt this way? I feel hot and lightheaded, but before our faded lips can touch, I feel my body go weak and give out. I pass out. Day 3 complete. Okay. I wake up in my bed next morning. The cover's over me as if nothing happened last night. Did anything happen last night? My memory's all fuzzy. I ate a burger and then Jax was there. Jax? I sit up straight in my bed and do a quick scan of my room, but it's completely empty. Could just be a dream? I noticed a bag on my desk. Food? I guess some of it wasn't a dream. I rack my fuzzy mind to try to remember what happened. I come up empty-handed. I have to get ready for school anyways. I stumble out of bed. My head throbs with pain. This is not my finest moment. I manage to get dressed in my uniform and grab my things before stumbling out the door. Approaching the school, it seems like every other student is coupled with another one, chatting away as if they head to class for the day. I look for Jax to no avail, but what would I even do if I saw him? Talk to him and pretend nothing happened? I can't ignore the thoughts swimming around in my head, keeping me too distracted to pay any real attention in class. For his part, Jax is a no-show this morning. For the next activity, form pairs, Mr. Kinger says, then his eyes catch me in my isolated corner and the empty seat next to me where Jax should be. Oh, it looks like we're missing a student. It's like a spotlight is focused on me. All eyes focus on me in my humiliating solitude. I feel like I'm going to cry and then... Hey, Minor Mole. Want to join me and Ragatha's group? Her smile is awkward but friendly. I almost want to lash out at her, say something like, being alone is better than being with a lame-o like you. Too miserable to really put that to words, and her kindness is genuine. Come on, Minor Mole, you can sit next to us. Even Ragatha gives me a shy smile. I shuffle over, leaving my dignity behind me. Hey guys. There's a few moments of awkward silence. Good. Oh God. I feel like the worst person in the world for ruining their projects. Hey Minor Mole, how are you doing? Hey Minor Mole, how are you doing? You kind of seem you seem kind of off today. She trails off, giving me another awkward smile. Huh? Oh, sorry. Did something happen between you and Jax? Ragatha shoots her a look. Pomni? Then she fixes me with a gentle look. Did something happen, though? I roll my eyes and swallow my sadness. Is that obvious? Still, maybe it's time to get this off my chest. We got into a huge argument yesterday over that prank we pulled. I still feel really bad about messing up everyone's projects. And then when Kane punished me, Jax just walked off. And he acted like it was messed up for me to expect him to share the blame with me. We were both upset. And said a lot of things. And I just wished I hadn't told him how mad he made me. Pomni puts a hand on my arm. That's not fair to you, Minor Mole. You're allowed to be upset and talk about things with your friends. Ragatha nods. Jax isn't the kind of person to really talk about those kinds of feelings with. Or Jax really isn't the kind of person to talk about those kinds of feelings with. She seems to almost be speaking to herself, looking into the distance. Pomni shoots her a look before continuing. He sort of puts up walls with that kind of stuff. Why? Has he really not made any friends with anyone in this school? He used to have friends here. He did? Ragatha has my full attention. It was... She pauses a moment, rubbing her forearm. A while ago. Ah, an image of them. Back then, we were all friends. It's Ribbit and Kaufmo. It's Ribbity Kaufmo. Kaufmo and Ribbit were his closest friends, though. They really brought everyone here together. But one day something happened. We all lost them, and Jax closed himself off. He really took it hard. What happened? Ragatha and Pomni exchange a look before Ragatha leans in, whispering under her breath. Out of school suspension. Is that supposed to be scary or sad or something? Still, like, yes, that's why Jax is the way he is. He just doesn't want to get hurt again. I understand. At least I think I do. If it makes you feel any better, him not being here is kind of a good sign. How is him avoiding me a good sign? Well, he cared enough that he had to take some time off. Jax likes to run away from his feelings, so whatever happened, it affected him enough to skip class today. The cogs in my head start turning. Is everything she said true? All that we did together, getting trapped in the supply closet, pulling that prank, all the awkward pauses where it felt like we were both holding back. So something was there? So, what? You think I should go after him? Pomni ponders for a moment before peering over at our teacher. Well, someone once told me, the worst thing you can do is make someone think they're not wanted or loved. She looks back at me. I think it's worth a shot to try and patch things up with him. I stand up suddenly, surprising the two girls in front of me. You're right! He needs me right now. Thanks, Pomni. I sprint out of class even as Ragatha and Pomni look on shocked. For his part, Mr. Kinger looks too confused to tell me to sit back down as I leave the classroom. But where would Jax be? There's no way Kane would just let him skip school. I rack my brain. Imagine you were on a wide open rooftop or wherever your happy place is. Or imagine you were on a wide open rooftop or wherever your happy place is. Was that his happy place? I don't have time to think of another place. I mean, I don't know, his dorm? O su cuarto, dormitorio? The crisp fall air blows out of the door as I push it open. Oh, don't tell me, no me digas. Jax is here, looking out at the view. He turns to face me. Jax, I know you don't see me as your friend, and that's okay. But I'll always think of you as my friend, and just like I can't make you like me, you can't make me not like you. I call out to him. As much as you push me away, and you try to make me hate you, I won't do it. I'll always come back. Even if you think I'm just crazy, I'll never stop trying to be your friend. So no matter what you do or say, you won't get rid of me, Jax. For better or for worse, I'm here to stay. He gives me a confused look. That's kind of creepy there at the end. His characteristic smirk returns to his face. But if you're that obsessed with me, I guess I'm really stuck with you. He sounds kind of relieved. He walks over me, putting a gloved hand on the top of my head. Stalker. You know, okay, why is it for a bit of time I've been making the comparison between Jax and Nagatoro? ¿Por qué he estado haciendo la comparación entre Jax y Nagatoro? He smirks down at me. I smile back up at him, blushing a little. Will things go back to normal now? So, Jax. The tall purple rabbit looks at me. Yeah? I can't remember everything that happened last night. I ordered some kind of burger and you were there and... nothing happened. He interrupts me, putting a gloved hand over my mouth. Right. I managed despite his attempts to silence me. You ate a bad burger, he says, pulling his hand away from my mouth. Why do I remember you there? So many questions. You were just making an annoying amount of noise, so went over to tell you to knock it off, and then... He trails off, looking away. Just don't order from there again, okay? Maybe not knowing is better. Well, anyways, Minermal, I got something fun for us to do on our lunch break. Oh yeah, well, about that. He looks at me, eyebrow raised. I sort of promised Principal Kane I'd help everyone with their culture fair projects. His eyes go wide as he scowls down at me. What? Yeah, that was part of the disciplinary action for the prank yesterday. He crosses his arms. I don't want to do that. Well, it's not like you got punished yesterday. You can just meet me after school. Jax is already shaking his head. You're seriously going to pour your heart out to me, then ditch me for those losers? You could always come with me. I say, putting my most pathetic face. Jax rolls his eyes with a sour expression. Alright, let's get it over with so Kane gets off your back and we can have some real fun. Our first stop is Pomni in the library. She spies us as we enter the library, making frustrated noises as she sorts among the books to recover her notes from yesterday. Pomni? She turns to face me with a tired sigh. Hey! She puts in an unconvincing happy face. What brings you two here? What brings you two here? What brings you two here? We're here to help. In a way, we can... Sorry about the whole meat thing. Pomni turns to Jax. You're really gonna help, Jax? Jax gives me a dirty look. Yeah, whatever Minor Mole says. Well, I've been looking all day for Culture Festival books. I have no idea who organized these shelves, though, or how they're organizing them. I don't even know if I can find any new books after what happened yesterday. We'll find some. Least I can do after she helped me go find Jax. We all started searching for books about culture festivals. Some of us Jax less enthusiastically than others. One shelf is devoted to corn. Corn recipes and corn byproducts. Jax searches the bookshelf directly behind me. You find anything? He just shakes his head. This library is so random. He nods. Another shelf has books with no common topic, and in fact, the only thing they have in common is that their covers are blue. I throw my hands up in the air and groan in frustration. This could take a while. Hey, Minor Mole. He pulls out a thick book with the title Celebrations of Culture Festivals, Fairs, and Other Occasions, smirking as he waves it in my face. Where the heck was that? Jack shrugs. Between a bird-watching book called A Beginner's Guide to Vultures and a book about dry mulcher law. Oh my god, Jax, it's so big! What are you two doing over there? You gotta show Pomni. What? I don't need to see. We step out from behind the bookshelf. Jax holds out the book. Oh. Where did you find this? Between a book about vultures and a Scottish law book. What the? No, you know what? That might be the most sense this library's even made. She takes the book and skims the pages. This should be more than enough. She gives us both a relieved smile. You guys were really helpful. I can't help but smile back even as Jax crosses his arms and gives us both an annoyed look. Thanks. I nod and smile as I tug Jax away before he can undo all the good we just earned. Hope you know theirs isn't so bad, huh, Jax? Speak for yourself. Next on the list is Ragatha. She's pacing in the classroom manically. There's no way, I mean no way at all. I can get this all organized in time. Jax announces our presence. Hey, Raggy. Ragatha sees us reunited. I think she just saw the girl from The Exorcist the way she regards us. Come on, you two. Haven't you done enough to our projects already? I throw my hands up in a defensive gesture. I promise we're here to help. Ragatha casts a glance our way, mostly Jax's way, that says she doubts it. We're completely innocent. Why does he sound so unconvincing when he says that? What? Why are you saying it like that? I don't know. I elbow Jax's gut, which has him doubling over. I appreciate the thought, but I'm good. She says harshly, turning back to her clipboard. Come on, Ragatha. I have to do this as part of my punishment from yesterday, or Kane is going to punish me. We'll do whatever we can to help. She gives us a dubious look, but relents. Well, I mean, if you have to, and if Kane is going to punish you if you don't, yes, I can give you something to work on. How about... She looks around. Oh, how about you two work on the info stall? Just putting it together. I have a few other things I need to do, so I can trust you to do it. So can I trust you to do it? She motions to a series of wooden boards, staplers, and nails. Let me know if you need anything else, okay? She casts one last vaguely distrustful glance at us before departing. Jax rolls his eyes when the door shuts behind her. What's her problem? He grins at me. I respond by starting to see how the stall is supposed to fit together. Everything eyeing the best place to put the screws. Come on, you're really putting that thing together? I roll my eyes in response. The sooner I start, the sooner I'm done. Jax picks up a hammer and hefts it with his hand with a wicked grin. Or we could just bring Gangle's mask. Or we could use this to break Gangle's mask. Jax! He rolls his eyes and gives an exaggerated sigh. I keep trying to fit pieces together, applying a liberal amount of staples and nails. Sometimes, when I ask for a tool, Jax hands it to me, but he does as little as he can without ignoring me. Still, it's better than the no help at all I was expecting. I take a step back, and then look at my handiwork. It definitely looks like a stall. I test some of the supports. Seems steady. Looks like we're good here. You know what this could use? I sigh, already knowing the answer. A centipede! Just as he says that, Ragatha walks in. Her eyes go wide as Jax's words. What centipede? Well, Minermole and I were... I elbow him again. Nothing. Jax and I are finished here, though, if you think this is good. Jax mutters something rude at me while Ragatha inspects the stall. Good job, you two! There's a hint of surprise in her voice. Thanks, Minermole. Then, as an afterthought, and, you too, Jax. She collects herself, beaming with gratitude. If you guys have more time, I have a lot more I could use help with. Sure has been fun, Ragatha. Catch you later. He grabs my wrist and pulls me out of the room before Ragatha can protest. Alright, where next on this stupid punishment quest? The art classroom. Jax rolls his eyes as I lead the way. We slide the door to the art classroom open. Gangle and Zubul are scribbling away, pushing out any art they can finish. Half-finished sketches litter the floor, marred by a single errant line or scratched out for being too poor quality to be submitted for the culture fair. I call out to them. Hey Gangle, hey Zubul. Gangle ignores me, but Zubul looks up, turning to us with a sour expression. What do you two want? Jeez, why the cold shoulders, Zuby? Zubul's expression intensifies. What is it now? Did you two do enough yesterday? Look, Zubul, I'm really sorry about yesterday. Is there anything at all we can do to make it up to you? Zubul eyes me, then Jax. I guess I can trust you, Minor Mole, but why is he here? They point at Jax. Are you seriously trying to tell me you're sorry, Jax? I didn't think you could feel sorry about anything. Nah, you're right. I'm not sorry. I'm just bored. Zubul's expression stays sour, but they turn to me, their gaze softening. Well, it's not up to me. It's up to Gangle. Maybe you can make things up to her. I turn to Gangle, who has stopped trying to watch us intently. Gangle, I'm so sorry about yesterday. Can we help you with art? Gangle thinks about it for a second. You promise you and Jax won't mess things up again? Or you promise you and Jax won't mess things up again? Hey, I interrupt him before we can make things worse. I promise we won't. Jax just rolls his eyes, crossing his arms. Okay, I guess you guys can help. Can either of you even draw? I think about it for a few moments. I'm honestly pretty bad, but Jax is alright at it. Jax looks at me like I just sold him out for a talent of silver. What? And when Mr. Kinger saw those sketches you were making in class, he thought so too. Zubul face palms. I can't believe I'm seeing this, but here. They hand us a few large pieces of poster-sized paper. Do your best. We're trying to make as many posters as we can for the festival. Yeah, we need to get people excited for the culture festival. Try something like this. Gangle lifts up a poster of the entire class rendered in a manga style, big eyes, small mouth. Top reads, Go Culture Festival. Or the top reads, Go Culture Festival. The proportions seem off. Ragatha definitely isn't that busty. And I think Kane would have an issue if Pomni's skirt was really that short. Yep, Gangle is definitely a pervert. But I get the spirit of her art. What? Seriously? I hate that. Zubul glares at him. We didn't ask for critique. Get to work, you two. I try to draw something, but I'm so nervous I end up just drawing a bunch of wiggly outlines, making no headway at all. Jax has already made an impressive progress on something. Oh. The culture fair is sure to be killer. Oh no! No! The image is Jax holding the hammer. Gangle's mask is shattered and Zubul has been disassembled. It's like, number 5? Disassembled? No, disassemble! Short circuit reference. The title is, This Culture Fair is Sure to be Killer. Zubul walks over us to check on our progress. Or to check our progress. So, how are you two doing over here? I throw my arms over Jax's offensive drawing. Hey! Oh, it's going good. So good, but don't be, no spoilers. Zubul raises an eyebrow but shrugs before returning to the corner Gangle is working in. What's wrong with my poster? Seriously? I thought it was funny when a truck was running over Ragatha. In class, Jax, this is something that everyone in school is gonna see. Jax grins. Good. They'll think this is funny too. Or they'll think it's funny too. I'm too distracted lecturing Jax to notice somebody sneaking up behind us. Uh-oh! Her face falls as she looks at the drawing. See? Gangle knows what art is. Come on, give me your opinion. This is way too early to put up at the culture festival, but... She trails off. But your style is pretty good, Jax. How long have you been practicing this cartoon style? What? I mean, you clearly know your way around a pencil. By now, Zubul has been alerted to something going on in our corner. Spying the drawing, they glare at Jax. Are you serious with this? They gesture to his art, then shrug. Gang was right, though. This is better than I was expecting from either of you. Gango smiles despite herself. Have you been hiding your talents from us? Now Jack shields the drawing with his body. Alright, that's enough. You said it wouldn't work, so stop looking at it. If you join the art club, we could draw it together, Morin. Something like real fear begins to sneak its way into Jax's expression. No. I'm not like you. I cut him off before he can destroy what little good will we manage to accumulate. Hey, we can just do a different corner and keep working. Jax and I share the rest of the day trying to make passable art. I struggle to make something that looks good, and Jack struggles to draw anything that would be appropriate for a culture festival. Despite our struggles, Gangle and Zubul look genuinely happy for what little help we can provide. Thanks, Minor Mole! Even if you two didn't do much, or even if you two didn't do too much, Gangle cut her off. We really appreciate the effort! Gangle manages to smile. Anytime. Looking back at all the good we did today, it feels like a weight lifted off my chest. And Jax, we'll keep a seat open for you in the art club. Jax just shudders as we depart the art classroom. Just as we step out, the bell to dismiss class rings. When we were out of earshot of everyone, Jack's eyes sagging. That was exhausting. I don't know, that wasn't bad at all for me. You know, there's other ways to have fun than just making other people miserable. I grinned smugly, stepping closer to him. Before either of us can make another move, Kane appears from thin air, hovering in front of us. That's an A+ job if I ever saw one, Minor Mole. You managed to make up for all your pranks this week and then some. He notices my purple companion. And congratulations on roping Jax in to help you too. As a reward, I cooked up a special vacation location for you two to visit. The air above us explodes in a spray of color, confetti fluttering down like snow. I stick my tongue out. Huh? Candy? Confetti? It tastes like straight sugar as it melts on my tongue. Kane looks at me. Don't do that. Then he gestures to a 3D model of a mall he conjures from thin air in front of us. Behold, the amazing digital mallscape! Come check it out when you finish with homework, why don't you? He winks at us before disappearing, leaving as strangely as he first appeared. A new location? Ugh, a mall? Lame. Why didn't we get to pick? Yeah, but I mean, I really was just completing my disciplinary action, so it's not like you usually get rewarded for doing that. Jack shrugs. I guess so. You want to go? Oh, I'm almost scared to ask. Jax rolls his eyes. Duh. Anything that's a break from this boring old school. I'd probably visit a doctor's office if it meant getting out of here. Dang. I meant, you know, do you want to go? Together? I'm good. I look up at him on the verge of tears. He scrambles to respond before I can start actually crying. Jeez, I'm kidding. Come on. How about we go in tonight? Or how about we go tonight? But we have school tomorrow. Jeez, who are you, Ragatha? Alright, okay, we'll go tonight then. I grin up at him, barely able to hide my excitement. Looking through my dorm, I realize I don't actually have anything to wear to the mall tonight while I spend time with Jax. You would have thought my parents would send me some of my clothes, but I'm starting to doubt whether they even remember me. As I reluctantly pull out a fresh uniform, I silently hope that there will be a clothes shop so I can pick out something new. I head out to my dorm with a sigh of resignation as I make, my way to the mall using the Wacky Maps app on my Wack Watch. Make a left right here! There's only one voice as I try not it can't be disabled. In fact, the voice can't be dialed below max volume on the Wacky Watch. What? Gah! The best I can manage is pressing an apologetic hand over as Principal Kane's muffled voice barks out directions from it. In a half a mile, make a right. I'm relieved when I finally get there. The mall is large. It's a few stories tall with a big glass roof. Uncle Uriel's? Oh, because Aunt Annie's. And then the THA there, that's how I. And then Promic. Is it supposed to be like Prada Marfa? Uncle Uriel's? Well, that's my brother's name. Ese es el nombre de mi hermano. But I like how this is just a legally distinct Aunt Annie's. Anyways, as I enter, I see a few glowing storefronts and some furniture set out in a sort of lounging area. I facepalm and I realize I never asked Jax exactly where in the mall we should meet up. I tap my Wacky Watch. No messages from Jax. Just as I sit down on the bench to collect my thoughts, a familiar voice calls out to me. Yo, Minor Mole. I like how his jacket says bunny. Así como su chamarra. Me gusta como su chamarra dice conejo o bunny. Hey, Jax. He's already wearing a new set of clothes. He looks so cool. Nice fit, Jax. This? I just had this lying around. His words may be humble, but his confident posture betrays how much he liked the compliment. He casts a mildly disapproving glance my way. So, why are you just wearing your school uniform? I blush. He tilts his head with a sardonic grin. Don't tell me you didn't have anything else. I nod. That's so lame. I can't believe Kane didn't even give you an alternative wardrobe. Well, you know we're at a mall anyways. Can't we just go pick something up? His grin widens at my embarrassment before diffusing the tension, but ruffling my hair. Sure thing. Where do you want to go, Minor Mole? Woo! Okay, I'm gonna save this. Quiero guardar esto. I'm gonna go spicy subject. Jax walks with me as I walk to the all-black storefront. I'm assuming this is supposed to be like Hot Topic, right? I like that it says spicy subject. Hot Topic en vez de sujeto picoso. Faded fluorescent buzzing from the red sign above the store. An impressive array of band shirts and black clothes fill the display window. Wow, you're so edgy, sort of. Huh. Didn't expect that. Oh, I'm full of surprises. I grin playfully as Jax, who rolls his eyes. Whatever you say. He seems skeptical, but the smile doesn't leave his face as we walk in. Oh. Why is this giving me Mother 3 vibes as well? Porque eso también me da vibras de Mother 3. Punk rock and alternative music played from the speakers. There's an entire wall devoted to silver piercings. Jax picks up a belt from the shelf. Whoa, I think this might be more studs than belt. I find a black jean jacket with tears on the arms on a rack and check the tag. Perfect, it's my size. I pull it out, holding it in front of me. What about this, Jax? He regards me for a moment. It's pretty intense. It's hard to tell from his tone or face if he means that as a good or bad thing. To play safe, I put it back on the rack and keep searching for an outfit. Jax has found the band shirts section. He holds up a shirt with a picture of the band diminishing. Their lead singer Amelia Adam is wearing so much foundation she looks like a ghost. You listen to these bands? I nod excited. Oh yeah, I'm still super into our alchemical romantics and somnolent with singers. I used to be into brainless self-satisfaction, but they're sort of problematic these days. Oh yeah, I heard about that. He picks up another shirt. Whoa! Analog Head. Didn't expect to see a classic like them here. My eyes light up. I love Analog Head. Jax's interest seems piqued, but he plays it cool. Yeah, they have some good songs. I didn't know you were a fan too. Well, I guess I'm full of surprises too. But would you want to listen to them together sometime? He stands up and looks away coolly. After a bit of searching, I decide on an outfit with stripped shelves, 3 belts, and a black platform boots. Once I finish paying for everything using Wacky Pay, I head to the dressing room and change into my new clothes. Jax waits patiently outside, scanning the wall of designs for the various graphic tees they sell here. After I finish changing, I open the door. So, how do I look? He scans me up and down before giving me a grin. Pretty cool. I can't help but blush. So, what do we do now? Jack shrugs. I don't know. Well, I don't know. My mind races. That grin he gave me isn't helping me keep my thoughts clear at all. Finally, I think of something. Food court. But food! Jax cocks an eyebrow. What? You want to get some? He still looks confused. Stupid minor mole. Say it all together. We want to get some food together? Jax nods with a smile. Sounds good, minor mole. We head to the food court. Various restaurants offering international cuisine advertise their offerings, filling the food court with a heady aroma. Where are you getting food? I spy Uncle Uriel's pretzel stand. My mouth is already watering. There! I say, pointing to the neon pretzel above the pretzel stand. I pick out an almond pretzel and Jax gets a cup full of pretzel dogs as we find an empty table. I take a big bite out of my pretzel as I look across the table at Jax. He hasn't even touched his pretzel dogs yet. Having fun? I swallow the big bite of pretzel before responding. Yeah, I am. Are you? I know we haven't pulled a prank or anything all day, but I just like spending time with you. Before I can demand a response, Jack stuffs a few pretzel dogs in his mouth, thinking a bit before responding. I guess I'm wondering why a mall. What? Kane can make like anything, and I'm pretty sure. Why make a mall as the new location? I shrug, taking a bite of my pretzel. I don't know. He said it was for us. Maybe it's supposed to be educational or something. Jax rolls his eyes. What's educational about a mall? It's just mindless. You walk around and you look at stuff, maybe buy something and walk out. But there's pretty much always something for everyone at a mall. I say, swallowing my bite of pretzel. What are you into? Jack spends a moment thinking before grinning. Violence! Oh, right. Where could I find something like that in a mall? Got it! I grab his arm as I stuff the last of my pretzel in my mouth, dragging him into a dark part of the mall. Don't tell me we're going to a shooting range. Oh, an arcade! Various multicolored lights flash from game cabinets. The arcade! I look up at him, grinning. Jax looks down with a skeptical grin. You really want to see me let loose in here? I nod. He cracks his knuckles.
Alright, don't say I didn't warn you. Prepare to get your butt handed to you at every game here. I smirked back. Oh yeah, I'd like to see you try. Come on, I want the picture. Quiero las imágenes. Seriously, en serio? No images, nada de imágenes? True to his word, Jax humbled me in every game we played. Even the kiddie game, Bring Cake to the Picnic, he managed to outscore me 20-1. How are you that good at video games? Jax just chuckles. I warned you, minor mole. He sighs, clearly happy with himself. Just had a lot of time to practice. I spent a lot of my time as a kid loitering in arcades. That might be the first thing he told me about himself. I'm stunned for a moment that he's so open with me. But he notices my expression and retreats back into himself, looking down at his wacky watch. But whatever, it's late, let's go. I frown. Oh yeah, I guess so. You think they'll close soon? Probably. He shrugs. We head back together. When we get to my door, I pause for a moment. Do things really have to end here? So, this is me. I chuckle nervously. I, had a lot of fun today, Jax. I look up at him, looking for any reciprocity. Nope, just a stone-faced Jax. There's an awkward pause for a moment. I think he's just going to ignore me and then... Minor mole. His tone is severe. Yes, Jax? He turns his gaze from me. How did you know? How did I know what? How did you know where to look for me today? It was just a hunch. I mean, Before I can keep talking, he closes the gap between us. His hand slamming to the frame of my door on either side of me, pinning me in place as he leans in my face. Okay, what is going on? Ahora qué está sucediendo? Oh! And just when I thought it wasn't gonna get gay, y justo cuando pensé que no se iba a volver joto. Okay. What is your game, minor mole? Are you just obsessed with me or something? Oh my god! Why aren't you just treating me like everyone else? Why do you keep coming back after I treat you? He stops himself before continuing. I can make your life really difficult and painful. There's a cakey option. Hay una opción de fetiches. He shakes his head, laughing manically. What the heck is wrong with you? His fist slams into the door behind me. He eventually relents, turning away from me again. Look, minor mole, people who try to get close to me, people who want to get close to me, they just end up getting hurt. He gives me a tired half smile. Just walk away, leave me alone. He turns away from me, leaving for his dorm. Jax! I call out to him from the balcony, but my words fall on deaf ears as he turns his key in his door. I'm going to bed here tomorrow at the Culture Festival. Or at the Culture Fair! I'm going to be there tomorrow at the Culture Fair. He pulls the door open. I want to go with you. He slams the door behind himself without responding. Ugh. I stand in an empty dorm hallway. Everything with Jax is such a roller coaster. Even today, he was finally opening up to me. We picked out clothes, ate pretzels, and when we get back to the dorms, he just shut me out again. For every step forward I take, it feels like Jax takes three steps back. I sigh as I unlock my door, frustrated. Is the fight for this relationship, whatever it ends up being, going to be one-sided the entire time? Does he even want to be part of this? Does he feel for me the way I feel for him? But today was fun. None of his immature outbursts will take that from me, no matter how much he pushes me away.
Tomorrow will have to be the moment of truth, no matter what that means for me. For us. I close my eyes and settle into an uneasy sleep. The day of the culture fair arrives. I slip on my uniform and stand in front of the mirror. Today's the day I steel myself for the culture fair and seeing Jax again. And all my unease last night, I did a lot of thinking. I need to tell Jax how I feel. All this back and forth between us. Him pushing me away, me pulling him back. It's too much for me to handle. Maybe I should just be honest with him. That way we can at least make progress. The school is abuzz. Oh no, I know. Gangle and Zubul are at their assigned art stands, mingling with the students walking past and admiring the art. Despite the meat incident, they were able to pull off a half-decent art display. Pomni is giving some presentation on stage in the auditorium, and I can even see Ragatha bustling about, making sure everything runs smoothly. I look around, but still no sign of Jax. Maybe he's really not going to show up today. Maybe he really meant what he said last night. My mind swirls with anxiety before suddenly it goes dark. Oh no, I know. Two gloved hands cover my eyes from behind. Okay. Guess who? Or guess who? My heart jumps, my anxiety melts away at hearing his voice. Jax! He pulls his hand off my eyes, smirking at me coolly. You're good. I can barely contain my excitement, pulling him into a hug. You came? Jax looks around and laughs awkwardly, patting my head. Yeah. I release him from the hug, but still look up to him, beaming. He scratches the back of his neck. Well, I couldn't let everyone else have all the fun. So what do we... Whoa! I grab Jax by his hand and excitedly pull him along behind me. We stop by the art booths. Gangle is happily talking to customers as it looks like some of our art is selling. Oh look, it's the same art from before. Es la misma arte de antes. We approach the booth. Minor Mole! And Jax! She drags his name, her tone cautious but also seemingly confused. Hi Gangle, your art looks nice. I say, eyeing a picture of what looks like Jax in a maid dress. I may have to come back for that. Hey, is that... Jax points up to a familiar piece of art hanging on the back of the stall. That's the art you drew yesterday. This one? Este? No, it's not. No lo es. I say, leaning over the counter to get a better look. Yeah, I didn't want to put it up, but Gangle insisted. Art is meant to disturb the comforted and comfort the disturbed. She says, raising her ribbon. I think that does the job. We put up some of Minor Mole stuff too. Oh no, I know. The gesture to the wall with some of my art pinned up. We appreciate you guys coming back and helping us catch up. It was the least we could do. Ah, Zuby, my heart is melting. Jax puts his hands over his heart dramatically. Zubul rolls their eyes before turning away. I was mostly talking to Minor Mole. They turn back looking directly at Jax. But you know, you're pretty tolerable when you're not trying to ruin everyone's fun. You should try that more often. With that, Zubul turns away and returns to their stall. Were you guys gonna buy something? There's a line forming! Oh, sorry. Jax and I hurried further into the festival, passing by the auditorium as Pomni is coming down from the stage. Hey, Minor Mole! Jax! No, hey, Minor Mole! Jax! We both stop as Pomni runs up to us. I'm glad to see both of you made it. Hey, Pomni, what are you doing on stage? Oh, I guess Kane wanted me to do a presentation on culture festivals. Thank God you guys found that book for me yesterday. Or else I would have been standing up telling jokes or something. Ah, like the gesture you are, porque eres una payasa. That'd be entertaining. Jax smirks dryly. Maybe, but still. Pomni looks around and back at us with a neutral smile. I guess despite the meat mania, it all came together nicely. We really couldn't have pulled it off without you two guys either. You two make a pretty good team. I can't help but blush at Pomni's words. If only you used your powers for good more often. She giggles. Anyway, what are you guys up to for the rest of the day? I look at Jax, who in turn looks at me. I really want to see what Kane whipped up for the food stalls. I guess we're getting some grub. Jax surprises me, this time taking my hands in his. It's my turn to drag you around, he says, suddenly gripping my hand and pulling me off towards the direction of the food stalls. I quickly wave goodbye to Pomni. Don't worry, we're gonna riz ya next week. Te vamos a traer la próxima semana. See ya, Pomni. As Jax pulls me off to the food stands, I laugh. You're gonna pull my arm off. Slow down. He laughs. How do you think I felt? Oof. Not looking where we were going, we accidentally run into... Jax! Minor Mole! I'm glad you guys can make it, she says with the fakest smile she can muster. You're not here to cause trouble, I hope, she says, wringing her hands. We were just heading to the food stands. Nothing malicious, I promise, I say, trying to plead our innocence. Oh, right. Well, I have to say I'm pretty surprised at how much you've actually been helping everyone out here. It's a nice change of pace, I should admit. Even that stand you guys built for me was pretty sturdy. I really ought to leave a screw loose or something. Or I'd really thought you'd leave a screw loose or something. She laughs nervously. Oh, ye of little faith. Jack smiles sardonically back. Ragatha looks at me and Jax before noticing our hands still clasped together. She smiles warmly. Well, I won't keep you guys. Go enjoy the festival. Huh? You're letting us off just like that? I have a feeling you'll stay out of trouble, she says, looking directly at me. Oh, and Jax, it's nice to have you back. With that, she leaves us. Jax looks over at me. She can be so weird sometimes. I laugh. We make it to the food stalls. Everything looks and smells amazing. We eventually settle on a stand selling pretzel dogs, which I didn't know was part of a culture fair, but I do love me some pretzel dogs. We grab a few snacks and find a good spot to eat, somewhat secluded by a tree. As we sit down and finally have a moment to ourselves, my stomach suddenly twists with anxiety. I had to tell Jax how I felt about him. I'm really happy he came to the festival. For a minute there, I thought you weren't going to show. Of course I was going to show. We did all that work yesterday. It'd be kind of pointless if I didn't see it through, right? Yeah, true. Jax, I should just get it off my chest, right? I actually wanted to talk to you about something. Jax turns to me, tilting his head, curious. Suddenly I felt warm and clammy. Well, I don't know how to say this, but my mind races with a million things to say. But ultimately, I decide direct is best. Okay, I'll just say it. Jax is looking at me like I'm crazy at this point. Jax, I like you. I like you. Of course, por supuesto. And I like you a lot. Like a whole lot. Not like too much, though. Not in a creepy way or a clingy way. Just a normal amount of liking someone, but still in a romantic way. I just think you're cool and funny. And I think about it a lot. I mean, not a lot, not too much. Jeez, is it warm out here or what? Ah, shit! I'm the one that had to come forward. Yo tuve que enfrentarme. Jack suddenly grabs my chin and pulls me in for a kiss, completely making my mind go blink and my heart pound. We stay in the kiss for a moment before he relents. My face burns brightly as I can barely think about anything. What? Huh? Jax laughs, though his face is flushed as well. Sorry, I just wanted to see how you react. Speechless, huh? You're not gonna say you like it, aren't you? Are you? No vas a decir que te gusta, ¿o sí? Are you playing with me again? Yes and no. Huh? My mind is spinning. Jax laughs again. Sorry, Minor Mole, you're just so cute when you're flustered. I just poured my heart out to this fool, and he wants to play games? You can play at that. Oh boy, I reach up and pull him into a kiss, this time deeper than the last. Oh boy, a su madre! His body tenses up against mine, but then relaxes as he melts into it. As we break away from each other, his face is bright red. Minor Mole. Now who's cute when they're flustered? Jax looks away, blushing a deep purple. Alright, you win. I like you too. My heart skips a beat hearing those words, and unable to contain myself, I pull him into another kiss, this time falling over on him. I knew you liked me, I knew it! Jax is a blushing mess underneath me. Okay, but not so loud. I still have a reputation to uphold, you know. Does this mean I can call you my boyfriend now? I guess so. He rubs the back of his neck, looking away, but my mind and heart are aflame with excitement. I finally got him to say it. Hey, you two, are you? Zubul comes from around the tree to see us in our compromising position. Oh, am I interrupting something? They say, not sounding like they care much if they are, but trying to be polite all the same. Zubul! Jax shouts in frustration. Zubul, Jax just said yes to being my boyfriend. I hug him tightly. Jax's face continues to burn. He's really cute when he's flustered. I mean, oh, well... Zubul's eyes widen. No fucking way! Zubul turns to me. Minor Mole, are you sure you want... They pause to find the words gesturing in Jax's general direction. Jax has a partner? Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Zubul throws up their hands defensively. Nothing, I'm happy for you guys. They scratch the back of their necks awkwardly. Are you two coming to the fireworks display tonight? Ragatha asked me to get a head count. Fireworks? That sounds fun. Count us in. Zubul nods and leaves us. Did you hear that? Zubul is happy for us. My lips curl into a grin as I tease him. I'm so going to get you back for that. He says, his hand cupping the side of my face. Now, where were we? He pulls me in for another kiss. We stay under the tree for a little while longer before going into for the fireworks show. Despite all the ups and downs, it was worth it to get here. Jax and I may still have ways to go, but I wouldn't want to be with anyone else. Not in real life, me would rather be with anyone else in TADC. Que yo personalmente sí quisiera estar con literalmente otra persona más. Digo, en EACD. You know, the amazing digital circus, el asombroso circo digital. We eventually part ways and return to our dorms. I walk to my room, still giddy from the day's earlier events. I pull a yukata from my clothing rack and start to get changed. Wait, was there always a yukata here? I peer at a note on it. It's a gift? From Kane? Congratulations, Minor Mole, on getting close to the prickly pear cactus that is our Jax. It's come to my attention that you were even invited to the fireworks festival. Very impressive indeed. Well, you can't just show up in your stuffy old school's uniform, so I decided to give you a yukata for tonight's little outing. Have fun with it! I shrug. I pull my yukata on and wait for Jax outside my dorm. When he sees me, he smirks. Wow, Minor Mole, really got yourself all dolled up for some dumb fireworks show just to show off for me? I should be flattered. I smirk back. Yeah, you should. I say, putting my hand on my hip. Jack shakes his head. Well, come on. Let's go to the school since you want to tell everyone I'm your boyfriend so badly. We walk hand in hand to the school entrance. Before we enter, Jack stops me. So, I just got one question before you go up there, Minor Mole. I pause. Why me? Or why me? I ponder that for a moment, putting a finger to my chin while I really try to think of the answer. I mean, I got you in trouble, bailed on you, didn't really do anything for the culture festival. Why do you care? The answer finally comes to me. Because you're you. Jax looks confused. I guess, I don't know, I could tell there was someone genuine underneath it all. At my old school, I was a loner, and I would just ditch anyone who tried to spend time with me or make fun of them. But it was a really lonely way to be. When I came here, I told myself things were going to be different. And I guess I just saw you, and you reminded me of how I used to be. And that reminded me of how much I just wanted someone to talk to, and confide in, and spend time with. Sorry if that's cheesy or whatever. Jackson's been silent next to me for a while, but he finally meets my gaze. Nah. He rolls his eyes. I mean, I'm a loner because I'm a cool guy, and you were probably a loner because you were an awkward loser. I roll my eyes at his obvious joke as he smirks down at me. But having you around does make things less lonely. So let's go up there and make everyone else jealous with how cool I made you. Sure. Di lo que tú digas. We do just that. Every once in a while, we share a kiss. And while the others gave us a wide berth, there's a sense of peace, or at least truce, that settles over the group. As the fireworks go off above us to the oohs and the ahs of our class, I realize something. I may have changed Jack some, but he also changed me. With time, more and more of my memories returned. We still haven't found a way out of the school yet, or back to our lives before. But as long as I have Jax by my side, I'll be alright. Fin. Well, let's see what images I got. A ver qué imágenes agarré. Oh, let me click. Déjame apachurrar. Alright, I don't think I got everything. No creo que agarré todo. Oh, I did get everything. ¡Hala! Sí agarré todo. Wow, ¡hala! Oh boy. How is it gonna be with Pomni? ¿Cómo va a ser con Pomni? Ay, hala. Well then, bueno. Well, like I said, next time, Pomni. La próxima vez, Pomni. O como esa canción ya, creo que, bueno, seguramente sí, pero suena como Bad Bunny. Or thinking of an AI, for sure an AI song that sounds like a Bad Bunny. Related to the Amazing Digital Circus. Relacionado al Asombroso Circo Digital. Una animación, dice que el nuevo integrante del circo va a ser un niño que se parece a Pomni. Y no sé qué, algo de un PlayStation 5, no digo GTA 6 o no sé qué. No sé qué dice esa canción, no recuerdo qué dice esa canción, o esa canción artificial creo. I don't know what that song, or I guess artificial song says. And anyways, bueno, de todos modos. I guess we finished stream earlier than I thought. Creo que terminamos el stream más pronto de lo que pensábamos. And let's see. A ver. Holy wow. Ala. Of course, no one was here. Claro, nadie estaba aquí. And I guess this will be it for tonight. Eso va a ser todo para esta noche. Let's see. A ver. I guess I can look here now. Bueno, creo que puedo ver acá ahora. So, like I said, this is everything for tonight. Eso es todo para esta noche. Next time, we will be rizzing Pomni. La próxima vez vamos a traer a Pomni. And actually, you know what? No. Actually, no, I'm not going to put it on here because I don't want any YouTube copyright claim. Bueno, no lo voy a poner aquí porque no quiero lidiar con el copyright de YouTube. Or even if it's not YouTube on its own, o bueno, también aunque no sea de YouTube propio, like I don't want to get in trouble with, I guess, the person who made that. I guess unless they use artificial intelligence, I probably shouldn't care. Bueno, al menos de que usaron, no quiero ponerme de broncas o problemas con la persona quien hizo eso. Bueno, al menos de que usaron inteligencia artificial, pues entonces, ¿qué importa? Yeah, then again, if it is artificial intelligence, why also would I want to intentionally share it? Bueno, y luego también si es inteligencia artificial, ¿por qué lo quiero compartir? Y digo intencionalmente. Okay, but anyways, bueno, de todos modos. So, of course, I always got music commissions. Claro que tengo comisiones de música. And then my music website, mi sitio web de música. Música IMR727. Música IMR727. Let me post that here too. Déjame publicar eso aquí también. And then I guess also my music commissions. Y luego también mis comisiones de música. I got coffee. Tengo coffee. A ver. Oh, sorry, I didn't see the Yuki plushie. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Disculpa. But no, as I was saying, como estaba diciendo. What else? Okay, music commissions, comisiones de música. My music website, mi sitio web de música. Coffee. My social media in general, mis redes sociales en general. I guess join my Discord as well. Únanse a mi Discord también. What else? ¿Qué más? Alright. And of course, also the platforms I'm streaming. También en las plataformas que estoy en vivo. Estoy haciendo mis live streams. O sea, go on TikTok and TikTok, Kick, Twitch, And like, of course, follow me on those. Digo, síganme en esos. And then more importantly, pero más importante, if you also like this type of content, si también les gusta este tipo de contenido, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. No se les olvide darle un like, comenten y suscríbanse. Like on YouTube, en YouTube. I guess that's it for Minor Mole, the Miners of Moles. Se me hace que eso es todo para el mero topo minero. O digo, para Miner Mole, el mero topo minero. Well, until next time, hasta la próxima. We'll see when I stream this, but it's definitely going to be right before my work trip. And then probably my last one of this specific game after my work trip. Y luego se me hace que el próximo stream de esto va a ser justo antes de mi viaje de trabajo. Y luego el último, el final de esto, pues justo, después de que regrese de ese viaje de trabajo. But anyways, de todos modos. Until next time, hasta la próxima. Good night and goodbye. Buenas noches y adiós.